$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh God,
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's
okay.
do it right now.
What?
Let's use this scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's do it right
I
now.
Die Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
I'm sorry, but
When she
she's
cuts-
a great actress, but she sucks in that
She
movie.
cuts open the door with the chainsaw and she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What?
if you back up with the saw, we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is
Oh,
very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote by
Yeah.
you, John.
I can quote Speed too.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Garfield and Friends from Pickle
Oh,
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not the
Yes.
first one.
This one.
Times a hill.
Yeah, I hate that one.
Do. It doesn't matter. That's
Well,
just an
yes,
image.
but there are two
There's
actual
two-
songs.
there's two of them.
Oh,
The
well,
second
that's what
one-
he sent me a picture.
Ready?
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 Two.
To
Party!
We're ready
To party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on in, come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield,
Garfield
and
and
Friends. And then I think there's another
I
verse.
love how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There
in it.
is. There's a little bit more to it.
Oh my God, I'm like tearing up
I
here.
just got a
Good one.
Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't.
Out. Do it.
No!
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out now. Flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to the PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 295.
Whoa. And 62 years ago, the first star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame was installed. And the,
Installed?
They
the
install
first
'em.
official. Yeah, they install him.
Oh.
In
It just sounded weird the way that you
Who
said
has
that.
His name was Stanley Kramer. Do you know
Okay.
who he was?
No.
No, he was
I
a
don't think so.
he was a director and a producer. Now he did Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and Defiant. Those are really big ones.
Okay. Nope.
Or Defiant one, sorry. Yeah, there are more than 1,500 stars on the Walk of Fame.
Yeah, I know. We've been there.
Some of
Yeah.
them are not kept up very well.
No, and I don't know what that means though. Like, why do you take care of a sidewalk star? Like, I don't get it.
So the Andy Griffith page that I followed, someone was there and took a picture of his star, and
Yeah.
it's cracked and broken and just was not maintained.
I
very
don't know
well,
what
and it was
that.
sad.
Like, do people like bash him or something? Or
I just,
Well, I mean,
it
Josh-
was probably put on that. When was the first one? installed?
1960.
60s.
So
His
the
probably was-
first one. His
God,
was
when
probably
was-
in the 70s.
You know, let's find out when Andy Griffith was.
Let's
So,
go right ahead.
Josh and I have been
So I heard
there.
I think it was in the 80s.
And
got
the
it.
Walk of
You
Fame.
keep on going farther out.
Yeah.
The Walk of Fame in California it's literally like you and I walking downtown. It's
Right.
just a sidewalk.
Right.
Like there's no like like a rope or something like guarding
You
it. Like
literally
it's
walk on
you
it.
walk on it. Like I thought it would be some kind of like off to the side
Wait,
thing,
what?
and
Don't
it's
walk
no,
on
no,
this.
it's like don't walk on this or whatever. No, it's everywhere. It's like the whole entire street, like
Sure.
and around the block, like everything. So you've got random. You have to be cautious because as you're walking, there's people just stopping and taking pictures of certain
Sure.
stars. But it's like you and I were just walking downtown and take a picture of the sidewalk kind of thing. Like except there's a star there.
Right.
That's it.
Did you
But the
find it?
actual like where the
looking.
Chinese like the theater and stuff is where the handprints that has like that's just a sidewalk too, but people are a little bit more respectful of people trying to bend down and take pictures, and the handprints and footprints are there and you can walk all over that. But I don't know, I figured that's what it would be, was like roped off or something, and we got down there and we didn't even realize we were walking on the Walk of Fame because we got out of the garage and we started walking, and our friend Jared's like, all right, this is Walk of Fame, and we looked down, I'm like, oh, we're walking on it. I'm like, oh, okay, it's just a sidewalk.
I'm still looking. I'm not finding it.
That's okay.
Damn. That's okay. I was looking to see if I could find it, but anyways, yeah. I will say it's just literally a sidewalk, and it
Yeah.
almost isn't anything special.
I mean, you have your name permanently on a street.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Bada
much
bing,
it.
bada boom.
I
Yeah.
imagine
Yeah.
it's a accomplishment for people in the Hollywood business.
Yeah.
We're gonna try some Pepsi Nitro.
Cool.
Have you ever tried it?
I have not.
No. Now, Alex and I tried the vanilla
Let
one.
me try the vanilla one. What's this one?
This is the regular.
The regular,
Pepsi. Yeah.
okay.
So draft cola. Now the Nitro, I guess it's smaller bubbles, smoother taste is what they say. Nitrogen infused cola. So when Alex and I were trying
We
it,
did it wrong.
We were doing it wrong. We drank like half the can at that point,
I'm like, okay.
to
whatever.
where there are instructions on how to actually drink this.
Oh,
I didn't realize it.
You chill it, pour it hard, like as in all the way up
Like-
upside down,
Yeah.
and then it
It like
yeah.
activates the
you might
nitrogen.
need bigger cups.
I might need to do one big cup first, actually.
No,
right?
I think you can just
No, you want to activate it, so you don't want to stop it from pouring.
shake it then.
That's not how you
Explode.
activate it. That is not how you activate it. Yeah, let me go get a big
Okay,
glass.
I'll go get a big cup.
I'll be responsible.
You're gonna be the responsible one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Brett, how was your week?
Good. I have a interview tomorrow at my job
Yeah.
for a promotion. So
Okay, that was like the way that you. I have an interview tomorrow at my job.
well, I was gonna say at my new job, but that kind of sounds like I'm tooting my own horn, so I just said my job.
Well, you should toot your own horn though, because
Mm.
it is an interview at your new job.
It is. Josh is back. That's why we're not talking, and he's closing
He's.
the door.
I'm watching to make sure he's not gonna like drop this studio light on us.
See, I said how my week was, and then Alex just stopped. So
I was scared that the
You
light
don't
was
have
gonna
to-
fall
You
down.
don't have to stop. Yeah, I'm gonna be pouring some Pepsi Nitro here. So.
No, no. I guess my week was fine. It was just lots of work, and then I did a 4-year Twitch anniversary celebration
God
this
damn,
weekend.
Did you hear that?
it was angry.
That
Yeah, it
sounded
was.
It's a little angry.
Roar.
Kind of sounded like when
Woo.
Nymeria is being a bitch.
Yeah,
I know,
right?
right?
She really has been lately.
No,
All
she
right,
hasn't.
So look at this pour.
Okay, so you're gonna.
You're supposed to pour it hard, I guess. I'm peeing in the can, man. Do you hear it in the mic, Alex?
A little bit.
A little bit. All right, so I'm activating it.
So if you would have done that with a real pop,
it'd be
half of that
awful.
would be like foam.
Right. So this is properly activated Pepsi.
Okay. Okay, you don't have to click it into the mic.
So you're supposed to.
How many ounces is that can?
I don't know.
How many do you think?
12?
Well, I was gonna. It looks like a 16-ounce can, but that does not look like 16 ounces in that glass.
13.65.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So it's close.
Okay. So that can sounds really weird. Like,
It does sound weird.
I know.
Yeah.
It also feels weird.
yeah, feel the can. Weird.
Yeah, it's like a weird feeling.
So we're gonna
yeah.
pour some Pepsi in here. We're gonna try Pepsi Nitro,
Okay.
and it's just basically cola.
You guys don't like cold soda.
Well, this is the way it has to be
This
drank.
is the way it has to be drank. Josh
I like cold soda.
likes
What are you talking
cold
about?
soda. I don't.
You don't like cold soda.
I don't. Well, okay. It's not that I don't like it. I don't prefer it.
Right.
It
So-
smells like Pepsi.
Yeah, it's basically Pepsi, but it's gonna be different, man. I'm telling you.
I can't wait to actually know what he says. I wonder if he's gonna say the same thing
Go
we
ahead.
did.
Yeah.
Okay, go
Cheers,
ahead.
guys.
Cheers.
Yeah, you guys go ahead, and I'll do it after.
Okay.
Tastes flat.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. He said it.
Like flat Pepsi.
Yeah, but it's not flat.
No, it's not.
Boy, sure tastes flat.
You're
You're not supposed to drink it from the can.
No, because guess what? If you drink it from the can,
You burp
it
a lot.
it tastes even more flat.
And you burp a lot. You burp a lot because you don't get all the carbonation.
Because
going.
all the nitrogen goes into your belly.
Draft cola.
Yeah.
So they have a vanilla one, which is really good.
Yeah. It actually the vanilla one.
It was
tastes
good to have
really
with a little bit of rum. It was actually really nice to have. So
I
yeah.
don't know. Seems
it's like a flat
unnecessary
Pepsi,
to
right?
Like it's like confusing my brain
I
when
mean,
I drink it.
think about it. When you drink a soda out of a 2-liter,
Right.
Yeah.
you already have a small window of before it starts to taste flat.
Right.
Yes, like the next
So,
day.
Why would you want to purposely drink it already flat?
It's
is-
supposed to be smooth, is what it is. Not like
So you don't want the kind of the hardness that, like, if you drink a Coke,
Right.
hits you in the back of your throat.
Yeah.
Or and Pepsi too, but the acidic.
Mhm.
Maybe
It's not as
side
acidic
effect.
feeling on your throat.
I don't know. I think that's part of the
Right. It's
Part
part
of
of the
the-
thing.
part of why you drink it.
Part of the experience.
It's kind of like the acidic / carbonation effect on your insides.
Right. So you
It's
might be
very-
burping it a little bit. Actually, you never know. It can come back to bite you in the butt. But for
taste wise, it tastes fine.
me personally, I call it cola soup because it's like
Yeah.
a thick cola.
It's
It is.
yeah,
It feels thicker.
It's very thick and
Are you guys Pepsi or Coke people?
Coke.
I'm either. I'm fine with either. I like if I'm going to McDonald's.
I prefer
you
Coke.
You gotta get a Coke.
Yeah, I prefer Coke.
A good fountain Coke is really good.
Yeah.
I don't like fountain drinks.
Why?
I think they taste gross.
you're weird.
I would much rather have it out of a
it
glass
depends on
bottle.
where you go. Fort Wayne does not have good fountain pop,
No.
Not really.
but if you go somewhere with good fountain pop,
Yeah.
soda, whatever,
There's places I'm sure you can find. There's like holes in the wall.
I
that
think
go,
you
"Man,
always
that's real good."
that, and you always have to the
You want more of this, Brett?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
The smart Coke machines, I think, always usually have a leg up on everybody else
They kind of do because I mean,
when they're maintained.
when will
properly,
Pepsi do that?
Right? Yeah.
They should.
Good point.
Right.
I want to try my Mountain Dew with whatever the F I want because at this point there's so many. And Alex is looking for a 12-pack of Live Wire and we just can't seem to find it in Fort Wayne.
You know, it's funny because I asked you. I think it was last week. I'm like, "Where'd you find that Code Red?"
Yeah.
And my job we just got in Code Red. So
Really?
I'm fortunate for that.
Nice. That's cool. That's cool. As far as the week goes for me, since you guys are doing like a little bit of a weekly update, I am actually moving forward with my job interview process, and I have one more tomorrow
Now,
at 2.
may I ask what your post was about last week when things?
Oh,
I just assumed. I didn't ask you about it. I assumed that you didn't get this job.
Oh no. Well, at that by that point, it's just been getting so frustrating financially for Alex and me. We've really
I
been
get that.
on the struggle bus lately, and we've just been getting through it slowly, day by day.
Day by day.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's okay.
so we
That's how
both
gotta
have
do it.
interviews tomorrow. Then,
You got another?
I don't.
well, I have
Oh, for your promotion.
for my promotion. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said
Well,
we
Alex-
both, Alex.
I can
both.
interview you guys.
What time is your interview?
2.
Mine's at noon.
So I got to be out the house at noon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to be on time early. You got to be early to be on time. Actually.
I would be at least 15 minutes early.
Especially
Yes.
at this day and age. I am like, hey man, I could definitely use a secure job at this point. I'm a little, I'm needing that.
Are you nervous?
Not really. I'm more excited.
Yeah.
Everyone asks me every
haven't
time
been
I have an
nervous
interview.
for an interview.
I will
while.
get there, I'm sure, when it happens.
I haven't had an interview in about 9 years, so
Maybe you should mock interview me. that'd be a good idea.
I know, but I don't know what questions to ask you
Well,
for your
I'm sure
type
you
of
can
job. I know what questions to ask for my
Just
type of job.
Google,
Graphic designer interview questions.
there you go. Or
Boom.
even just basic interview questions.
Yeah. Sometimes that's a big deal too. I don't think I need to. Actually, you know
That's
what? I
the
think I'm
thing,
past that
As
point.
I don't think
at this-
tomorrow. All right, did they tell you it's going to be an interview?
Well, it's.
Did they
kind-
say the
yeah,
word
yeah,
interview?
Yeah.
Because
And
I
a
don't
meeting.
think tomorrow's going to be an interview. You've already been interviewed 3 times. I think tomorrow is literally a meet and greet and a, hey, this
Here's
is where
what
you're
it-
going to be working. This
and-
is your job. Do you
and
want
here's
the
what
job?
we offer. Yeah, and here's what and offering.
Yes,
of-
like I think this is just the sit down of, all right, here's
I'm-
all the paperwork. Do you still want to work here?
I
Right.
wouldn't know. I can't speculate on a fourth interview because I've never heard of a fourth interview.
Exactly.
at
I don't
that
think
point.
it's going to be an interview.
Hopefully, it's a here's what it is. Here's the people.
Mhm.
Here's what we're offering. Do you accept? kind of
Yes,
thing.
like
Yeah.
that's what I think it's going to be.
yeah. At that point, it's got to be. Yep.
Because that's kind of what we do is we do like an interview
Yeah.
and then we do like a working interview.
Right.
So
right.
maybe they'll have you do the pen tool.
Yeah,
Do
true.
you want to talk about that real quick?
No, not really.
Why not?
Because I want to move on.
It was so funny.
We didn't really
though.
have I learned the pen tool and I went I learned it a
like
little
the night before your
right,
interview.
but it wasn't like I wasn't gonna know the steps, and then I tested it and it worked. Like just it's simple.
I know, but like
tutorial.
they sat him down.
I would say it was the first time I had something like that happen to me where I was like, oh yeah, this is exactly this is how it's done, and it was perfect. So
I just love that though. It's like
Yeah.
the best story. You're just like you found out that you have to be like good at the pen tool,
Right.
And then like
it was
you
nice.
just
it was
kind
nice
of
to know
learned
that,
it
that I
overnight.
learned that pretty
You went
quickly.
into the interview the next day. They're like, "Hey, can you do this for us?" You're like, "Yeah."
Boop, 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 boop.
Oh,
And it-
okay. You
and
know
the-
how to do it.
Yeah. Right.
Here's the job.
Mhm. Playing and watching. Got to talk about a little bit of that. We got a few things to move into for this. Playing anything new, Brett?
Mm,
No.
nope.
Alex and I have been playing Destiny 2 a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
The grind.
Yeah, the grinding is real, and we'll probably re-mention that when we do our plugs because Alex will probably go into a little bit of depth of things about that. But I've been playing some Madden 22,
Mm.
and I went to the Super Bowl and won.
Okay, why don't you say what the score was though?
42-17,
Who were-
Vikings over the Browns.
What was the one that you?
I rocked the Seahawks.
That's what it was.
It was like
72.
72-7.
Sheesh.
I was getting defensive
I told Josh,
touchdowns.
and I was like, he said that like he was playing it on like my lunch break as I was coming home, and he's like, "Yeah, I just got done with a 72-7 score," and I just kind of went silent. And he's like, "Yeah, I should probably up the difficulty."
I need to go a little
Are you
harder.
on pro?
Yeah,
That's
I
what I
need,
keep it
I
at.
need to go a little more.
Apparently,
I don't want a huge challenge.
My defense is rough. I know how to do rough defense now. Like you can rush.
Do you turn the camera behind the line?
No,
I always switch.
I
it.
gotta see what's
So,
happening
I
behind. me.
always play as the defensive line,
Yeah.
but I always go behind the defensive.
Why would you want that? You want to know what's happening, like on the pass.
Because but if the ball goes in the air, then I just switch to the closest defender and try to knock it away or intercept it or
Oh
whatever.
man, that would confuse the hell out of me.
Yeah. Can be, but
you guys all play.
But
Works
the
for
then
me.
again, if you get an
game.
interception, you don't have to mess with the controls
Very
because
much
I
so.
have done spins and jukes and all this stuff when I've gotten an interception. Like, what am I doing? I didn't even know I was gonna get it that time.
if when the ball's in the air, if you hit B, it switches to the defender closest to the ball.
Yeah,
And then you can, I think LB is to knock it away or
Y is to
Y
jump.
is to interception.
Well, yeah, but and leap up.
Yeah.
Go for the ball. But you can also get a pass interference.
Yeah, you can. Sure.
And I've gotten those, so pissed me
You
off a
gotta-
lot.
Gots to be careful.
So I gotta go with the next season, and it was pretty big about that. I've also been playing some Crazy Taxi.
Okay, so I'm gonna say like last night you
Yeah.
were playing it right before bed.
Mhm. Just played it for,
And then
like,
you went up
15
to
minutes,
go and
20
like
minutes.
you like stopped it and then went to go like make yourself a bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
I about picked up the controller because I was like, damn, I haven't played it in a while. I want to play.
Go ahead.
I know, but I didn't.
Yeah.
But I had like the urge to like play Crazy Taxi.
I have played that game so much.
It's
I'm
a
not
fun
even-
game to
yeah,
play. It's like
yeah.
a very cool, laid back, like just mindless.
Not
game.
really laid back.
I mean,
if
it's not like
you
laid back.
take it
but,
as literal as it is.
Yeah,
you're driving
but-
around the city, crashing into every single
but
thing.
it's like a fun nostalgia game.
Is it
Yeah.
on Game Pass?
No, it's on Xbox 360. I just bought it like a long time ago, and I just kept it on my library. So
Oh, so the digital version.
yeah. I have it on the GameCube, probably over there somewhere. Maybe.
It reminds me of right before we started dating because I would come to like
playing
hang
it all
out
the
with
time.
you and then I go up into your room
Yeah.
and you'd be playing Crazy Taxi.
Love it. Crazy Taxi is like my jam.
On GameCube.
Yeah, and then I was like, "Oh man, it's on Steam." And then Brig buys it for me on Steam. It was like $6. I was like, "Oh, thank you. I'll play it on computer when I'm at the computer sometime." But I mean, play it on console downstairs. For watching, you got anything new to talk about for that?
Just the one that we're gonna talk about.
Did you watch Halo?
I did.
Okay, let's review that real quick, and then Alex and I have a few other things
So
to review here that we've watched.
first off,
Episode 1.
Paramount Plus the app is awful.
I hate it.
It's terrible.
Even if you get it, like we had ours through Amazon Prime, we don't have. Well, we just got rid of it, so we'll have to get the 30-day pass from Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's awful.
it's bad. It's just as bad as Amazon.
Yeah. I mean, surprisingly enough, Netflix is probably the best for user interface, but HBO Max is really good too.
HBO's real good.
Yeah.
Hulu's not
I
too bad
think
either.
Hulu's actually pretty
Hulu-
damn good.
I think Hulu and Prime are sort of the same.
Prime
Maybe
is hard to get to that search bar, man.
It is. It's all the way at the top. As far as the Halo show,
Let's talk about Halo.
I enjoyed it.
Okay, the story is good,
Sure.
and
I
I'm
mean, so
I'm
far,
intrigued to see where it's gonna go.
I'm a little surprised that he went rogue right in episode 1.
Yeah,
So-
but is
Well, I
that's
think
the
they have
chief
to
thing to
set
do?
how this is gonna be, like what to expect.
What?
We don't know what to
I
expect.
have no idea what to expect.
There's no canon on this.
Plus, I didn't watch any of the trailers.
Really?
We watched
We watched
one.
one, just the announcement.
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
the
I-
announcement.
For
I
Super
didn't
Bowl.
watch them except for all the commercials that play on every streaming service.
Yeah, I know,
Every
right?
ad.
I mean, you're gonna see,
is
yeah,
that. You know?
yeah, quick like,
It's like
oh,
I've
Halo
been
this,
using
boom.
Pluto TV,
Okay.
and there's not that many ads when you're watching something, but one of the ads every time there is Paramount Plus and Halo.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I thought the CGI was good.
I thought it was at first laughable when you first see the elites.
Yeah, the elites
that
are-
smoke, and then it's good.
Sure.
But then there's some motion that's weird, like you expect Chief to do something cool. He just does this jump on a car and throw his pistol. I'm like, oh, that's it? Okay, well, that was disappointing because all I did was just boom. I was like, oh, what's it going to do? Oh, there's no good melee,
no, it's all gunplay.
a lot of blood.
Wasn't
Holy crap,
I
when
was not
all those-
expecting that.
So we're going to do a little bit of spoiler here, but it's the first episode and there's not a lot of story yet, but there's a little
Kinda
bit to
set
tell.
up.
There's a little bit to tell.
I am annoyed that it's weekly episodic, but I'm not surprised.
I think that'll be just a way to push Paramount Plus's subscription
Absolutely.
service.
Probably.
And
So-
how they can give away a month of it for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members,
But that's all.
but make them pay for the rest
Right.
of the
Yeah,
series,
it's
so.
a Halo thing.
No
you
surprise there.
You think with Game Pass Ultimate you should get it for free? Or at least access to the
You know,
series?
something more than 1 month, which
Right.
is a $5 value.
I think they might do something later. Just we'll see.
We'll see.
Silver Team. I hate that it's even called that.
Yeah, because the original is Blue Team.
As soon as I heard Silver Team, it's like, oh,
But
I
that's
died
one of
inside.
those things where they're like, can't be all the same from the games. You have.
You can say some stuff, Alex.
Go ahead.
I'm waiting for you to.
No, you
check
can
it.
say stuff in between.
Yammering on.
Converse with us.
I'm as you guys are talking, I'm just kind of bringing my thoughts together.
Okay.
Okay, then how did you feel about him taking his helmet off?
I had a lot of mixed feelings.
Some fans are pissed.
I didn't
and
think it'd be in the first episode.
I didn't think it was going to be in the first episode,
almost
but I
didn't-
understand why he took it off.
In the events that were happening, it made sense.
yes.
Yeah.
And that actor, I didn't realize I know who he is.
Who is he?
I don't know.
The only other thing I've seen him in is 13 Hours, which is the John Krasinski Soldiers
Okay.
of
Yeah,
Benghazi
I remember 13.
film. He was one of the soldiers in that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, so I'm happy I don't recognize him because this kind of a big.
There's one person you're going to recognize right away. That's Halsey.
Yes, I recognize.
Do you know who
Halsey.
she is?
I know I've seen her plenty of times.
Truman Show.
yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's where she's from.
Yep.
Her name is Natasha McElhone. I'm going to say it wrong. McElhone.
Hmm,
McElhone.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Quan is an interesting character. But I don't know.
I don't know if I like her.
I don't know where they're going to take it.
I don't know.
They better make it worthwhile. She
Yeah,
better be worth something.
I guess.
Maybe she'll be put in the
Because
Spartan
they're
program.
kind of making the spotlight right now
Not on Chief.
more on her than
Well,
on Chief, and
it's
I'm
not
a
going to
big-
matter. All of her people are dead. I mean, she's
I
not going
understand,
back.
but my guess is she's gonna want to like become a Spartan or
Yeah.
something. Like I don't know. I'm not sold on her.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if they would have just went ahead and executed, I probably would have been all right with it.
Wow.
Like, I just kind of wanted to know where that all was going. But I'm more interested in the whole, like, him touching the
Forerunner stuff.
Yeah.
Like, Alex is like, oh, Forerunner didn't happen until 5. I was like, what?
I mixed up. I mixed up because it looks like the
Promethean
the
stuff.
Promethean
Okay.
pistol.
Sure.
I was like, why do they have Promethean
And
shit?
Prometheans was in 4 actually, not 5.
Yeah, she's like 4 or 5. I looked right at her. I was like, did you play the campaigns in order?
I played them back to back, so everything just kind of flowed.
Humans are Forerunner.
Yes, I know that. They did not say Forerunner.
That is why. Okay, here's the thing.
I looked at it, it glowed, and when he pulled it down, I was like,
I'm going to tell you the
that
story
looks
at this
exactly
point. What I'm thinking it is.
like I was like, so this is supposed to be like pre-Halo stuff, and then but now we've got Promethean stuff, and I had completely messed it up.
Yeah.
I think I was just trying to think too.
You know
hard.
the elderly guy, the elder.
Yeah,
What is he?
He's just one of the elders.
he's one of the elders.
What are
There's
the things that float and have the weird names like Truth and
Yeah,
them. They're
it's
the
him.
elders.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was one that was High something.
High Charity?
High Chariot.
Yeah.
But anyways, that girl, I think she's just a human, and they just needed her to be a Forerunner, and they're realizing it's just humans that are Forerunner. Maybe
Yeah.
they're investigating it just the same.
I did
Mhm.
wonder about why there was a human talking.
and
to
I
them.
think it's just
And
her
he even-
being a human.
He even says your people.
Yeah.
Right. So I think she's realizing at this point she's not going to be worth anything. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know too much. There was
Because
just
she has all
too
this-
small of a scene.
Right. That's just a think of like maybe that's.
I'll
what it-
keep. I'll keep watching.
Yeah, I'll keep watching it too, but I'm gonna give this episode, like in my review, a 7.5 because the story's interesting. There's some character stuff that's good.
I'll give it a 7.
We'll see how it's kind of like take it like Sonic, Alex. Sonic is not at all like
I know.
the video game,
I know.
so it's kind of like that.
I'm trying, I think, way too hard to pull out Easter eggs while I'm watching it or trying to compare.
Mhm.
And, you know, Cortana's not even a thing. Well, she's a thing, but
We haven't seen her yet.
we haven't seen her yet because they're
And you're
saying,
gonna
like,
hate
you know,
her.
they're yelling at Halsey for, you
The
know,
cloning project.
for the cloning project. She's like, the Cortana project, so, like, it's never going to happen, basically. And I don't know. That's like the one thing I was looking forward to. I was like, all right, are they going to introduce Cortana? Like, no, they made Chief take his helmet off, but they didn't have Cortana yet.
Yeah.
Did you catch the supposed Mass Effect Easter egg?
No.
Did you watch it with subtitles on?
No.
No.
Somewhere, and I think it's at the station over the PA. There's like Commander Shepard, please report
Okay.
to.
Yeah.
And they said another word that's in the Mass Effect universe that I had never heard of.
Did
so-
you see Sergeant Johnson?
No.
Well, you
So
think it's Sergeant
I am
Johnson?
99% sure it's him. So
Okay.
you know how the Spartans are gonna, like, all right, so the ship, the Pelican or whatever, the ship is crashed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're about to like go and board it.
Sure.
And the Spartans start pointing their guns at the actual soldiers. Well, the soldiers turn around, and then off to the right
Okay.
I'm
And
pretty darn sure that was
I
Sergeant
was gonna
Johnson.
watch it again.
Yeah.
Just to.
So I will say, so Forward Unto Dawn, if you were to compare the two, because that's the only
But
other
that
Halo.
was considered a movie.
I know, but
And
I'm
it
saying
was,
like
fan made, wasn't it?
I
Mm-mm.
don't think so.
Mm-mm.
So comparing Forward Unto Dawn, like watching that, because that's the only other Halo live action thing I can compare to. That is still like a 10 out of 10 for me, and this is probably I'd say a 7.
Yeah.
Like
we're
I'm
giving it-
interested in
Mhm.
it, but I'm hoping that like I have the same feelings that I've had when I started watching. It felt like Grogu, Star Wars. Mandalorian. It felt like
Yeah.
the first episode of Mandalorian because I remember getting on the podcast
Oh,
and
it
going,
was
you know what,
boring.
I'm invested, but it's like I'll watch the next episode, but I'm not sure how it's gonna go. And Mandalorian turned into this like amazing show.
Couple seasons, yeah. Now we're waiting.
And
to see where
now
it
I
goes.
just watched Halo, and I'm saying kind of the same thing. Like it was good enough to keep me interested, but not good enough to blow me away.
I get you.
So that's where I'm standing
Did you see
on
the
it.
budget for Halo?
No.
believe
I
it-
do like the opener. What do you guys think about the opener? Like the intro to it saying like Halo.
That's pretty cool.
I don't remember it.
It's
It-
you know
it's
it's
him-
like
it's
it's like him, the back of him, and
Oh,
he's
you
like
mean
naked, and then
the
he gets like the
credits,
armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
beginning
yeah.
credits.
So I think I read that the budget was 10 million per episode.
That you think they could do a little better?
That was
on the
not a
CGI
$10 million
little bit.
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, you would think so. because it wasn't great CGI. It was fine. Wasn't great.
It was not like
If
10
that-
million an episode. That's like a movie,
I don't
man.
know. Look at the big sets. And look at all the sets. They all had to be.
They were pretty fleshed out.
Yeah. So
We're not complaining about any of the scenes looking bad. The armor could look a little better. I think
Yeah.
it looks a little cheap.
that's why they need, us to pay for Paramount Plus for 3
More armor,
months.
better armor.
3-4 months.
We'll see how
The Spartans need better armor.
We'll
We
see how the
gotta-
next
Gotta
episode
make up
goes.
for
We'll review it
90
weekly.
mil-
How
I think
about
it's a
that?
9 episode, and it's already been confirmed for season 2.
Yeah.
Well, of course. It
So
has.
90 million
Yeah.
for season 1.
Yeah.
Plus, like we said, they need to overhaul the actual functionality of the app.
Right.
Mhm.
They'll get there one day, maybe. I don't think we ever complained about Netflix's app
No, it was
because from the get-go, it was all experimental anyway.
the annoying thing about it was, and this is probably for all of them, is that not everything they have shows up on all their tabs. So, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
That can be
Mhm.
annoying.
Alex and I, moving on from that, Alex and I watched Jackass Forever.
Oh yeah, I forgot we watched that. Yeah.
We watched it last week.
9 out of 10. That's my score. Already.
For all of the Jackass movies, this one felt rough. Like they were getting hit hard.
I feel like they went all out.
both Knoxville and
Steve-O.
and Steve-O got carted off.
Yep.
Like they, Chris.
But you could tell they were having a good time. Like legit, like you could tell like, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I just got knocked the fuck out by a bull, but he gave him the thumbs up and was like, let's do it again. And was
but
laughing.
yeah, I get it, but it's a little. You had to stop watching a couple. scenes.
Okay, every single Jackass movie, there is at least 1 or 2 scenes
Yours was the
that I
spider scene?
cannot watch.
The spider scene.
No, don't even talk about it. The one you told me the guy ripped his arms out of the chair.
Oh yeah,
That
They
would
were
have been
duct taped
me.
down, and he ripped himself
Yes,
out.
I would have ripped myself
Because-
out of the chair.
Brett, they had a
It was like a plastic
plastic container with a tube between
when the tube
let's
between
say
the two, and they
you
had
me,
to try to get the spider
and
to
there was
go
a spider
to.
dropped in the middle, and you had to scream it away from you.
Ah! And this
No
one guy,
way.
like, apparently, I walked away because I was like, I can't watch this.
No, you
and Josh was
couldn't.
like, holy shit, because apparently the spider started coming towards the one guy, and he, like, ripped his arms out of the chair and, like, that were duct taped down. He was like, hell
and one guy got close and
no.
he just grabbed him by the collar. He was like, "Get me out!"
reasonable reaction.
Very
Right?
reasonable. Yes, I agree.
No, I can't do drinking of bodily fluids. That's
Yep.
always been one, and I'm about to, like, gag
Yeah, 'cause
thinking
they
about
did
that. Shit! Don't even! I
Big
can't
jar.
stop! I can't, nope.
Don't say it.
Don't
Big
say
jar.
it. Don't say it. Don't say it. I
Bad.
can't do that. I can't do throw up, and I cannot do spiders. Everything else I can do perfectly fine.
Throw up is half of Jackass.
Didn't one of them like crap himself while he was running away in one of the?
Yeah.
movies?
Yes.
Well, another one did that this
Another
time.
one
And he
did.
wasn't even like on a prank or anything. He's like, I just shit myself. It was Preston.
Preston
He's
did.
like, I'm 52 years old. I just shit myself.
He was like, it was so like, he was just standing. They hadn't even done the prank yet. Like, he was just standing there, and he's like, guys, I just shit myself. They're like, what? Like, they weren't believing him because it was just, they were just rolling with like the camera, and he's like,
Yeah.
guys, I just shit myself. I'm not joking. And sure enough, like
He
they
was
went
really
around,
upset.
like he was actually legit, like kind of like almost embarrassed and crying, and he turned around. He's like, look.
He did.
He definitely like had shit himself. They didn't even do the prank.
It's so
They
stupid.
tried, and he couldn't do it.
No, oh my god, we man, when they were doing the smacking of the balls thing, where they had to like, they were playing like Jeopardy basically.
With a flip-flop.
They were playing Jeopardy, and they had 3 of them lined up while Johnny Knoxville was asking questions, and they had like they were standing up straight, but their legs spread apart.
With jock straps.
And with jock straps on, and they had a flip flop attached to like this like swinging device, like almost like a mouse trap. And if they got something wrong, he hit a button, it went, and a flip flop swung and hit them in the balls really hard.
Drop him.
And he was like, "Hi, I'm Johnny Knoxville. This is blah blah blah." And he like tapped a button. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I hit the button," and that thing like goes like.
They're dropping. Yeah, they had a lot of younger generation doing a lot
They
of the
definitely were.
hard stunts.
This was like a pass the torch kind of thing to
Yeah.
like the next set of like jackass people.
Mhm.
And at first, my body and mind went.
You hated it.
I hated it. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't want new people.
Right.
But they were fine.
They were.
They were fine. I'm fine.
They fit in pretty well.
I will say the one guy is. I think he's trying too hard.
The big guy?
No, not the big guy. His name is like
Penis
or Pee-wee or something like that.
Isn't it something with a B? I thought it was a B.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just what they called it. It was like something they called him.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I don't really like that name.
You watch anything else, Brett?
No, but I think we need to talk about last night.
You want to talk about the Oscars?
Yeah. Nobody really cares. I don't care about the Oscars. I care about
you
what
want to talk
happened
about
on the Oscars.
that swing.
So somebody posted before we got on here, and I looked at it on Facebook. Somebody put, because there's memes everywhere, obviously.
Oh yeah, we made
and
one.
somebody posted without a picture or anything and said, if it wasn't for what happened last night, I wouldn't have known the Oscars were on. And I was like, yep. I didn't know the Oscars were on. It happened when I was on stream last night.
Yeah.
So first question is, do we think this was real or was it staged?
Hard to tell.
It's hard to
man.
tell because
here's one thing.
he definitely slapped him. It definitely everyone's
he
like punch,
movie
punch.
slapped him.
And I was like, yeah, because I
Watch
told
his body language.
I know. That's what I said on my stream last night. Like, Josh, you could probably record like my reaction and post it, like kind of clip it. But my reaction was like, I was like, well, guys, you're talking about like they have both been in action movies. They know how to take a punch, like fake take a punch. They know how to fake hit and fake slap. And they are both up on stage. And you see Will like wind up.
It's hard to say.
But and Chris, like, I feel like it looked like, you know how you or I were to wind up and do like this thing, like the, you know. But at the same time, I can kind of see, yeah, he did smack him.
So let's just say that it was real.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all,
Will Smith's in a little bit of.
Okay, so.
There's two wrongs.
Chris Rock is a comedian.
Yeah,
that's what he does. He makes fun of people. He makes jokes.
You're gonna
at people's
get
expenses.
you're going to get roasted.
Yes.
You're going to.
Now was it
Jonah Hill? Have you seen the meme of him?
No.
Where he's just like, stop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
He's,
did not want to be roasted. That's how you
was
react.
it a cheap shot joke? Probably, but it's still a joke.
Okay, so Jada Pinkett Smith has
some condition.
What's it called?
Alopecia,
which is it's not going to kill you. It is not.
No, but it's
an autoimmune disease according to some people.
It basically your hair just starts falling out and it's not going to grow back.
I don't remember her ever having like full long hair. In what I've seen of her, which probably isn't much.
I wouldn't say long hair, but I'd say she had her own hair in like The Matrix Reloaded.
Yeah.
So
around that time.
So going back to, let's say it was real.
Yeah.
Well, first, and that I saw this in that video you sent me. He's laughing about it.
The whole breakdown. Yeah.
Yeah, he's laughing about the joke.
I never saw Jada Pinkett Smith's face. I never saw that
either.
And she is
supposedly she's pissed.
Yeah.
So he walks up there and slaps him.
It's like he tried to save face kind of thing.
So
like,
this
Get it.
If this is real, this makes him look so bad and so petty.
Yeah.
And then to be shouting it after he walks back to his seat and starts shouting what he shouted. I'm like, come on, man.
Keep my wife's name out of your
stop.
Mouth. I'm just like, really, man? Like, he thought it was funny first, and then he snapped.
I feel like Chris.
Or was
Rock,
he laughing at the previous joke?
I feel like Chris Rock handled the situation the best that he could have, because anybody else, I feel like. This is what made me think it wasn't real, because I feel like anybody's natural reaction to someone just walking up to you and slapping you is not necessarily shock.
Right.
I feel like a lot of people's fight comes out, especially men. I feel like just because of the level of testosterone.
Right, because I put it...
and you just kind of get this like, holy shit, I just got hit. Like, you know, you get your muscles out. Like, well, you kind of buff up and say, what the fuck, man?
Right.
Why is he doing this on live TV? If he has a problem with something he said, you know...
You just lose it.
I know. There's so
many
people saying...
Cool,
why, of course, but that's why it makes him look...
When you lose your cool, you lose control.
Well...
You're no longer.
Everybody's responsible for their own actions.
They really are.
Yeah.
Agreed. I'm not defending him in one bit, but I'm saying like when
I don't want to defend either person. They were both, I feel like, in some type of wrong.
Oh no, I don't think Chris Rock is at any fault in this. No. You can make a joke at people's expense and expect not to be hit for it.
Agreed.
Especially
Agreed.
on stage at the Oscars.
Agreed. To somebody who's...
Remember Ricky Gervais? He lit people up.
Oh yeah, he
badly,
did.
Too.
But I feel like as a comedian and as
I
somebody
agree.
that's about to poke a joke that you do know is serious, I feel like you take the risk
Hey, Alex,
of pissing
how
somebody
many bald
off.
jokes have you had at my expense?
Not that many.
Bullshit.
I feel like more of your family.
Some
has that than I
stand-ups,
do.
all they do is live to rip into other people because that's their set.
Right.
There is also.
Hey,
so,
Alex, who did we just see? Chris Porter. Who do you
Yes.
rip into? Half the crowd.
I know, but that's what they do. I know. I get
Right.
it.
Then don't defend Chris Rock
No,
by
don't-
saying
don't
or
attack Chris Rock.
Don't attack Chris Rock and defend him.
I'm saying Will's probably more in the wrong. In
Oh,
this
absolutely. He is
situation.
98% in the wrong.
Violence is never the answer.
Never was. And this is a bad thing because now this goes to show to the younger generation that all you have to do if you get upset, pop somebody in the mouth.
Or
There you go.
Will and Jada's kids aren't young, but they just watched their dad slap the shit out of a career comedian.
Maybe a family friend even.
Yeah.
Because I'm certain they may have hung
I'm
out
sure they've
in the
crossed
past.
paths. I can't think of anything they've been in together.
But there'd be no reason for them to hate each other.
I wouldn't think so, but
No.
who knows what goes on.
I mean, Chris Rock was always a Kevin
It's always
Smith
on
guy,
it's always on
and
the
Will
surface.
Smith was always his own.
Chris Rock was an SNL, Adam Sandler.
Yeah, that
grouping, and
whole
Will
yeah.
Smith was always into
His
the
comedy
bigger
was
stuff.
different. They have different
his
comedy.
career is probably much larger than Chris Rock's.
Oh, yeah. We're not
But-
going to compare
But
these
Will
two. that
Will
way.
was never a stand-up comedian, and that's exactly what Chris Rock came from.
right.
I'm not current on the whole Will Smith and Jada situation.
Oh,
but
there-
reading
Didn't it come out
things.
that she cheated on him a bunch and he didn't do a damn thing
Oh
about
my
it?
god, there's so much stuff about it that I'm just like, these people, like, if you're gonna, oh man, I don't know. There's just a lot going on with Will Smith's mentality right now.
So I know he's got that going for him, which is not any excuse to be able to go up and create any type of violence, especially on
He
live
should
TV.
have had someone stop him.
See, I'm a little confused at why nobody did anything.
Right.
I
Like
think it
that was
just,
an
uh,
actual. If
so
that was not
surprised
if that
they
was not
just couldn't believe
scripted,
it happened.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I know,
guess
but
next year there's
if
gonna
that
be
was not
there's gonna be bodyguards. I
scripted,
don't know.
if that was not scripted at all, we find out it's not scripted, and there was absolutely no repercussions. Like, why didn't anybody run out and grab him?
Read the current.
I'm reading
They
some stuff.
confirmed minutes ago that the joke Chris Rock made was not scripted and ad-libbed, so this joke was a real reaction.
Yeah, and then the second part says that they have opened up an investigation. You can say you're opening up anything, and
It's just
it can
PR
still
talk.
be PR plans.
It's still that.
So
but
I'm not going to defend their
I
investigation.
mean, the second
BS.
part of that is they could suspend him, sure, or not
Cool.
invite him back.
Yeah.
He even said when he won, then that's the kicker is he won.
Yeah, he won for
is
best
that
actor.
He hopes that he's invited back.
That was for
King
King Richard, which
Yep.
I saw just got added to HBO. I don't know if I'm going to watch that.
It's about the Williams sisters, tennis players.
Oh,
That's
okay.
their. He was the father that trained them.
Right. Okay.
anyways, to end my thought here, why was he not escorted out? Why was he not like that? Was an assault on live television
well,
on
if
the stage.
Chris
in front
Rock
of-
would have pressed charges,
doesn't
then
matter
maybe.
if he's so he can press charges later.
No,
but why
I-
was he
no,
not escorted out of the
I
building?
read today that he's not going to press charges. Although, if I would hit if I was Chris Rock, I get being the bigger person by not doing that, but just to stick it to
Right.
him, I probably would. You know,
Maybe he should.
I don't know.
you can't do that.
I feel like it's just gonna stir the pot more if he does. It's not like he was put in the hospital. Yes, he was slapped on national television, but it was like,
A little embarrassing.
yeah, and I mean, he might have some embarrassment to it, but it's not like, his jaw's broken
And
kind
I
of
heard
thing.
that Will Smith apologized for doing it, but he didn't apologize directly. to
Kind of
Chris
like
Rock.
in passing, like, hey, I'm sorry, man.
But I also read that Denzel pulled him aside and be like, I forget the exact words he used, but was basically
Right.
trying to calm him down and be like a peacemaker.
Right.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I know. Either way, whatever happened last night was not cool, and people are gonna be talking about it for a really long time.
Yeah.
I doubt it. I bet it's forgotten after this week.
Well, let's give it like 6 months. And
Like
then-
I know, like next year they're going to be joking
Oh,
about
sure.
this. Like they're gonna be like, somebody's gonna come on, whoever's hosting the Oscars next year, and they're gonna have like a bodysuit on or something, like some kind of like
Helmet.
helmet or something to make fun of it, because that's what they
Boxing
do,
gloves.
or boxing gloves or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be coming out with a bodyguard.
Was Ricky making jokes about Jonah and Jonah's like stop?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Ricky Gervais hosted it for like what 3 years straight or something.
I'm
Or
not
maybe
sure.
even
I
more
like.
than that.
All right, and that guy is off his rocker, man.
He's honest.
Yeah, I know,
is.
but I mean like the stuff that
He says what all the
what
public
you
is
don't
thinking.
think anybody else
Yeah.
would say.
Right. Exactly.
He's relentless.
Yes.
Is what he is. Even I remember the meme of Tom Hanks sitting there like, just kind of like yikes.
So I was asked today, do you think that Will Smith should have not gotten his award or should have had his award taken away? And I said this has nothing
It
to
was
do with
already
his award.
decided
Yes.
by that point.
This
Correct.
has nothing to do with his award. I do
agree.
not
I
think
agree with
that like yes, he should keep his Oscar. I just there is so repercussion wise, like for one, he should have been escorted out no matter who he was. So that also kind of shows like, oh well, I'm an actor and I have a lot of money and I can just go up there and do that, and go sit back down in my chair and get no repercussions.
Escort him out. It's Will Smith,
Exactly, but that's also like
think
Josh.
He
Hollywood's
gets
gonna-
3 fucking apartments and trailers for Men in Black 3. Did you hear about that? Like he was
No.
renting out like penthouse like suites. Stupid. No, he is a multi-millionaire. You can't touch Will Smith
Not till he.
unless he were to like do something
Well, if
bad.
they're
Like,
not
really
going to do
bad.
it live during the Oscars.
No,
No.
you're not going to. No, it wouldn't work. What? What are you
Such
thinking,
as-
Alex?
I'm just
The
trying to
elite-
think. I don't
The
think
elite
that
versus everybody else.
Right. Hollywood.
I guess.
Hollywood wins.
Hollywood
Right.
elite.
And so that's why if this were fake, now let's talk about if it were fake. Staged just to talk about the Oscars. at
Yeah,
this
because
point.
Just
Nobody
because
even
nobody cares
remembered.
about the Oscars, so they've got to
Nobody
do
cares
something.
Nobody
about
remembered
rich
they were
people
on.
giving rich people
Awards.
awards. Nobody cares about it
I
anymore.
agree.
They used to care about it in the 90s. Stopped around like the mid 2000s. People are like, hey, wait a minute. This started to get stupid, right?
Well, it was a TV event.
Right.
And
It used to be the way you heard and saw celebrities.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
there's
You don't need
social
that
media.
anymore.
You see them daily. Award shows are just another
they
drop
wouldn't
in.
even need to
like,
have the show. Just announce the awards. You know?
right. I mean,
Yeah.
like Game Awards. Those are cool because you get to actually meet developers and people that are like streamers and stuff like that. And things-
somehow some things don't get leaked, and you watch it for the announcements.
Right.
Right.
That too. So I'm saying like those are that's what that would be good for. But these Hollywood award shows for your TV, your music, and your movies, nobody's caring about them as much as they used to. Like your mom brings up SNL every conversation we have with her. I haven't watched SNL in over 20 years.
I never watched
even
it,
watched
like,
an
regular-
SNL episode,
regular
maybe.
programming, unless it was somebody was hosting that I knew. Like I remember
I
watching.
don't watch that.
I know back in the day though,
when
that's just
Dwayne Johnson hosted it when
Yeah.
he was still The Rock.
Right.
I watched that.
I know,
Okay.
but the difference
You mean was
between
a
back
personality
then
for
and back
wrestling,
now, or
still.
back then and now, is what you just said. Back then, it was if you missed the episode, you missed it.
Right.
Now it's I missed it. So are you gonna watch it? No, I've gotten busy. I'll just watch it tomorrow
Fine,
on
I'll
YouTube,
get to it eventually.
or
I'll get to the
it
highlights.
eventually. Yeah, and that's the difference between
Right.
back then and now.
It's so different. We don't
like
watch
it was,
those anymore.
you watch that religiously because if you missed it, then everyone else is gonna be
like
talking
we don't
about
watch
it.
award shows. We don't give a crap about them.
I know.
I used to watch them
them all the time.
when you and I were teenagers.
yeah,
when we
teenagers
cared about that.
and when I was a preteen, like that was cool.
Appointment viewing just
Right.
is not a thing anymore, except for sporting events.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can even like pay to have a celebrity talk to you.
Right?
What's that? called?
Cameo.
Cameo.
Yeah, you can do that.
Brian Baumgartner, I think he earned the most in 2021.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's
Do
crazy.
you know who that is?
Ricky
Alex?
hosted the Golden Globes, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Whatever.
whatever he hosted, he ripped apart the whole audience. But do you know who Brian Baumgartner is?
Maybe.
Okay, well, who is he?
Well,
No, maybe. Like,
Do
show
you
me
know
if
who
you
he
show
is,
me a
Josh?
picture of him.
I've
I'll
heard
know.
his name.
It's
I don't-
Kevin from The Office.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah, he,
That's awesome.
He grossed the most income. From
Oh, that's awesome.
Cameo in either 2020 or 2021.
Kevin's great though. Like he's like personality that just genius.
I got to tell a quick story.
Mhm.
I assume we're done with that.
Yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
done with that.
So, I was dinking around on YouTube the other day, and I came across the Tim Conway elephant story.
Oh, I love that story.
Have you ever watched the full skit?
Mhm. Yeah.
So-
I used to watch a lot of Mama's Family.
I did not know that was Dick Van Dyke on the other end of the couch.
I thought that was Harvey Korman. I thought
It's
that's
not.
who
It's
it
Dick
was.
Van Dyke.
That's Dick Van Dyke. Yeah.
And that's why I asked if you've watched the full one, because the full one's about 22 minutes long, and it's clearly, you can tell it's Dick Van Dyke.
Okay.
But what I didn't know is I watched a interview with Vicki Lawrence talking about that blooper, and Vicki Lawrence played Mama.
Yeah.
So apparently, she was asked why she never improv'd or broke character, as a lot of them did. She's like, I never felt comfortable because I was new to it, and I thought I always just had to stick to my character. So what she said, what happens is they do a dress rehearsal. She'd go back to her trailer. The director would come in, give her notes, and then they go back to film it.
Right.
So director comes in, and she was actually married to the makeup guy at the time that was in her trailer at the time. And he's like, okay, here's, a small note, and then just be ready for a different elephant story. And apparently Tim Conway had the reputation of trying to mess these people up and getting them to break character during rehearsal.
Oh, he always is, yeah.
Which is, if you watch anything with him and Harvey Korman, it's a wonder he had a job, because he could never hold it together.
The dentist, or it was the dentist. That one's a good one.
There's another one where they're like in the military. And
yeah,
Tim Conway
it was
has an accent.
Yeah, it was the German Nazi
Yes.
of World War II, and he has like a puppet.
Yes.
And he sings the Dinah, won't you blow your horn?
So anyway, back to this Vicki Lawrence interview. So she's like, oh great, he's gonna, he's a troublemaker and he's gonna mess with us again.
Yeah.
And her husband looks at her and says, get him. So she's like, okay. So here comes the story, and I never knew what she said that makes him fall off the couch laughing.
Yeah.
So he's telling the Siamese elephant story.
Yeah, and he's like,
and they've all got their head hung. Well, before this actually
game,
happened, right? Yeah, they're playing Password.
That's right.
Carol Burnett goes to them all, and she's like, we really need to get through this without any problems. This is really important to me.
Yeah.
So Vicky's sitting on the couch, and Carol Burnett is trying to get her to say her line, but she's dying. And so Vicky's like, really, Carol, you just told us all that, and now here you are. You can't hardly hold it together.
Right, none of them could.
So the line from Carol is, go ahead, Mama. And Mama says, Vicki Lawrence says, is that little asshole done?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Just burns them, and they fall off the couch, and the crowd goes freaking crazy.
Yes.
But that was in rehearsal. That wasn't the
that
airing,
was the actual aired
that
one.
part obviously was not aired.
Right.
But I just thought that is a great story. And Tim Conway is majorly underlooked at for one of the greatest TV comic
I think
talents.
every 15 episodes or so we bring up Tim Conway and Carol Burnett. It's happened very often. We actually start talking about more and more about their skits and stuff. I think we should just watch more of their stuff.
Yeah.
I used to watch Tim Conway, this whole bit about him being a baseball coachman, and I don't remember who he was with. I'll have to look it up after we're done. He's I'll look it up later after the show.
That was also kind of a milestone for Vicki Lawrence, because up until then, like I said, she had never done improv or broken character. So that's why they fell off the couch laughing, is because they didn't expect it.
They didn't know it.
Nor did the crowd, and everybody lost their shit laughing.
Right. So let's talk about Captain Ron.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of comedians.
Okay, sorry. Let's not talk about Captain Ron, because Alex likes to do this every
Speaking
episode.
of comedians.
Well, I was long-winded there.
Right.
Speaking of comedians. Josh and I went and saw Chris Porter
every week.
This last Friday. If you guys have not checked out Chris Porter, he's a comedian
from Kansas.
Who got his spotlight from winning Last Comic Standing. And my brother introduced Josh and I to him, and I thought he was our age. He's 10 years older than
45?
us. He's 43.
43.
Yeah. So, but he's very much he might be a decade older than us, but he is very much our
Brett,
generation.
I feel like we should have taken you.
Brett would have loved Chris
You
Porter.
would have lost your shit.
Yes, he would have lost his shit.
Absolutely.
He's very much if Brett was a comedian that would be.
He's very angry. He's a very angry
if Brett
comedian.
could be a comedian, he would be Chris Ford.
Yeah, he's very much so.
He's
like,
very like straightforward with things, but makes it funny. Like it's very funny. But the first thing he did was like he came out and he was like, "All right, so we're not going to talk about the pandemic. You were there, like you know what happened." But like the one thing that just broke the audience that comedians do such the greatest things, and they take the things that you don't think about and they turn them into a joke, and you're like, oh my god, that makes sense, and that's why it's funny.
That's exactly what Jerry Seinfeld did. His entire stand-up career was taking the most.
This is a little harsher.
So this
probably
this is what he said. This is like the best thing from one of the best things from the night is he came on and he's like,
this is his opener.
This was like one of the opening things, and he made so much sense that me and I bet thousands of people could relate to. And in January, I had COVID again. I even said it on the podcast. I took a test on Friday before the podcast, and I was like, man, I don't feel good. It feels like COVID. Took one of those at-home tests, shoved that stick up my nose. It was negative. Couple days later, Monday, 15, 20 minutes before the podcast, I'm like, I'm going to take another test. I feel like shit, man. It could be a cold, but I don't feel good. Took it again. It was negative. So what'd we do? We did the podcast. Woke up the next day, had a fever, all this. I'm like, all right, I really don't feel good. Then I got an email saying 5 other people at work tested positive for COVID. We all have the same shit. Then I go and get tested, and I'm actually positive, right? So I took 2 of those at-home tests, right, that they're just handing out for free now. So his joke, which is why it's funny, is he comes on and he goes, so these at-home COVID tests that they're just handing out for free, they come out and they say, we've made a test. It's 40% accurate. And he goes, wait, you made a test that is less accurate than a guess? He's like, and he's just like,
because a yes or no
a
is
yes
50%.
Or no is 50%.
So your yes could still be a no. 10% of that.
And I was like, the way he said it was like so awesome, because I was like, Josh like bumped me, and I'm like, I took 2 of those fucking things when I had it, and it was negative just to be positive. And my guess was that I had it, and I was more positive than the test that I took. Yes. He's like, how did that get past distribution? He's like, no wonder they're handing this shit out for free.
Well, they do have expiration dates.
Yeah.
The at-home ones do.
I wouldn't doubt it. But either way, I took 2 at-home ones and they were negative just to be positive.
Correct.
So.
I mean, I never had to take one at home, but I don't think I would trust it. Anyway.
I just figured, you know what? Why not? I'll take it instead of going and trying to make an appointment, because it was impossible at the time because Omicron was like sky high.
Right.
So it was impossible to get into a CVS or something to schedule it. So I was like, I'll just do it at home one. Yep, didn't work. Those things don't work. Don't trust them. And he was like, "What? One of the people at work took them, and it said that she was positive, but she really wasn't when she went and actually got a PCR test done."
It's just random answer, I guess.
Yeah,
correct.
So no, it was hilarious. And then at the end of the show, we got
a photo with him.
We got to meet him.
Oh,
we got
did you put that on Discord?
We put it on Discord. We got to meet him, which I was hoping so, because my brother is like a mega fan.
He showed us Chris Porter. God, what?
Almost like 10 years ago, maybe. Yeah. So my brother's like a mega fan, and Josh and me and Jake, when we're together, we quote Chris Porter quite a bit. So I was also really hoping that he was going to be doing new stuff and not anything old. And it was all new. It was a completely new thing, and it was good enough to most likely just be another Netflix special.
Right.
Which if you haven't seen, he does have Netflix specials.
Why did you wear a wig?
She does that all the time.
I do it all the time now.
Yeah, but why?
Feels like it. Why do you wear a shirt like that?
Well, I don't think she's going to be walking into a comedy special topless.
No.
Correct.
But like
so
I also had just got off a 12-hour shift, and I didn't feel like doing my hair, so I threw on a wig.
What do you mean?
Why are you wearing that color?
You didn't say that. You said the shirt.
Why are you wearing that? I said, why are you wearing that shirt?
You didn't say why you wearing a black shirt. You said why you wearing that shirt.
Okay, but you chose it, right?
It's not.
So she chose to wear her hair like that.
It's not the same thing, and I
didn't feel like doing my hair, so I put on a wig.
I don't think I've seen you in public with a wig.
I've only done it like twice. So
she did it at the concert. shit.
Oh, I guess I've
yeah,
done it
I
like
guess
3
you did
times.
do it at the
Yeah.
concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so all right, here's the other thing too. Is
He's 6 foot. What?
6'7", man.
Yeah.
So Jake is fucking tall. My brother is really tall, and the dude, Chris
Yeah.
Porter, is standing behind, like at the end of the show. We got to go and get, like, my brother bought 2 vinyls and had him sign it, and so we're going up and we're trying to meet him. You know, get a handshake.
that is your brother smiling, actually.
Yes, I know that's my brother smiling. That's the best picture of my brother you're gonna get, because he doesn't. He
never
He's got
smiles.
he's got a phobia of getting his.
He doesn't
picture
like
taken.
it. He doesn't like it.
I
understand that.
So, but look at the dude in the
I
background.
was
By
just
the way,
thinking that's
look at the guy in the
he's
background.
bombing you.
He's got a nice photo bomb there. So the other thing too is, I thought he was up on like a step, because he's behind like a desk or something for us to like sign things, but the desk is like whatever it is, it's like chest high. So I just figured the dude was up on like a step or something, like behind it. And I was like, hey, do you mind if we get a picture with you? He's like, oh no, sure, come around. So we're going around, and I went to, like, my brother's standing on this side, Josh is standing on this side. So I was like, well, I guess I'll get in the middle. That picture was me bending forward because I thought my head was gonna be in the way. And I looked at the picture afterwards, and my brother's really tall.
You
and I was
do
like,
look hunched for some
She-
reason.
I
Yeah,
did.
she
I looked.
was.
I wasn't sure if my head was gonna be like,
You don't
that's
even
just
come
what I
up to
do.
his chest.
Right.
And if I would have stood up straight, I would have been like, I'm not hunched over too much. I'm just kind of leaning forward because I wasn't sure. And then my mom sent me the photo, and I'm like, Jake, are you standing up? Like, are you standing up? And Josh like, yeah, we're both standing up. I'm like, he's fucking tall.
Yeah.
I'm like, how tall is he? Jake's like, yeah, I thought he was tall on like watching like the Netflix specials. I knew he was like a tall guy, but I didn't know he was that tall. Yeah. The
Well,
dude's
we had no
6'7".
issue seeing him when he performed.
Oh no, that was
but everybody
awesome.
else we did.
Like, we were kind of in the back
Yeah.
of the air, like of the whatchamacallit. It's not called Snickers anymore.
Yeah.
Comedy.
Yeah,
Summit
the
City
club.
Comedy Club. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like their food was good. I like that the way that they because they closed down prior to COVID,
Mhm.
and I think they
Reopened.
just weren't getting any business.
Do you remember an
Yeah.
assistant manager, Mike?
Yeah, I saw him stand up.
He's part owner.
Really?
I think so.
I saw him do stand up at Snickers.
Yep.
There was another comedian that came on right before Chris Porter named Brandon. I don't know his last name, but we got to figure it out. The dude was fucking
He
hilarious.
was great.
He was so funny.
Mhm.
So funny. I don't want to spoil any of his jokes because we'll probably...
His are dirtier.
His were way dirtier.
Yeah.
But he was hilarious. I absolutely
Okay,
loved him.
can we talk about Captain Ron now?
Yes.
Do we have your permission? Or do we have to talk about another comedian?
We were talking about the Oscars, which was talking about comedy, and then we
I
were
get
talking about
it.
comedians, and I figured, wow, this would be a great time to bring up the fact that we saw Chris Porter.
I said it like 10 minutes prior, and you didn't
You
bring it
all
up.
you said that was that, and it was just not a good time to talk about it yet.
Yeah, okay. It's when Alex wants to, is when it's a good time.
Why are you being a dick?
Captain Ron. Don't look at me like that. So this movie came out in 1992. A Chicagoan inherits an old yacht. He, his wife, daughter, and son fly to a Caribbean island and hire a dubious Captain Ron to sail them on an adventure to Miami.
I like that description.
It's the
Dubious.
basic.
Dubious.
It's the basic.
Dubious.
Dubious.
Mhm.
Well,
Boring.
I liked it.
Snooze fest.
So it was
Kurt
like
Russell.
seven,
By the way,
75
by the
what?
way, Kurt Russell, Martin Short, Mary Kay Place are the top 3 stars.
Okay.
Billed.
75% attentiveness, and the other 25% was boring. It was very much a 90s movie. Very, very, very much a 90s
The
movie.
boy was annoying.
he was. I will admit that his.
He was annoying, but he was also funny.
I think a part of it was his lines were written.
They were
They were
very
bad.
poorly written.
So, but when when they're playing Monopoly though, and he's like, I was just moving it. He's like, damn right you were. He's like, if you want a beer, you go get your own. And he was like, what?
Tell the general, shit happens. Cough it up.
Like, I kind of liked his relationship with Ron. Like that and the boy made me kind of.
To
Like,
me,
I liked it.
The funniest thing about the movie is Kurt Russell, but it's how much Martin Short
Gets
him.
pissed
Hates
at
him
him
so
for
much,
it.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
I think the daughter was just horny the whole time.
She was supposed to be a
She was
horny
a flirt.
16-year-old.
She was a flirt. She wasn't
Yeah.
necessarily horny.
Nudity was way out of left field.
Oh, so did you catch it?
Oh, how can you miss it?
So I was watching this. And
Did I miss
was
it?
The nudity?
in the shower?
The entire shower scene.
What
Are
about-
you freaking like...
They didn't show anything?
Oh yeah, they did.
You lean forward like, what the
Boobs.
fuck was that?
I leaned forward because I thought it was like, oh my god, I can't believe they let the cloth go down the drain and like.
Can't believe you missed it.
Did I seriously miss it?
You missed the whole
What did I-
fucking scene is what you missed at that point.
All you saw was skin.
No, you saw. Yeah, you absolutely saw
boobs.
skin. You saw some dick too.
I didn't see
Bullshit.
Oh, absolutely in the frosted glass.
I'm sorry.
I
I
didn't see that.
mean, through the frosted glass, you saw that they were naked in water. That was it.
Ass. in the
Absolutely, you
frosted
saw
glass.
ass.
But I did, and I saw boobs. I didn't see dick.
Wow, Alex didn't watch the movie, I guess.
Did you?
I did. I guess I just okay. Well, it's not like I was looking for Martin Short's dick. Okay.
No. I mean, you saw a full top-down view of them completely nude.
Yeah, but she's so like.
How did you miss everything?
She's so like not. She's not a large-breasted woman, so it's not like she was like, oh look, there's tits.
Oh, you saw him.
Yeah. And this is rated PG, right?
13.
No, it's PG, isn't it?
It's PG-13.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Well,
always
that's
thought it was
probably
PG.
why it's PG. Well, that and he does say fuck.
It's touchstone.
He does say fuck one time.
Yeah.
So that's probably why. Other than the nudity.
Kurt Russell. Though.
To be honest,
Yes.
I think Kurt Russell was cast poorly. I don't think he should have been Captain Ron.
I think he played it great.
I think
Jeff
that,
Bridges would have been better.
Okay, but I feel
Sure.
like all right. So when did the dude? When did
Big Lebowski.
Big
was
Lebowski come out?
96.
Okay, so it was later.
Yeah.
Okay, because if I would have known better, I would have said that Kurt Russell was
Trying to be the dude.
the dude.
Yeah. Jeff Bridges is way better and could have done better.
Very true.
Absolutely better.
I don't know if this performance needed a better performance.
I think it's
just
supposed
a
to be a
comedy.
slapstick,
Kurt Russell wasn't
funny,
good.
like I don't know. I thought he was, for
No.
the most part, I thought he was funny.
Captain Ron is basically the dude on water and was written badly. Personally.
Okay.
Martin Short was okay. Thought he was pretty funny, but he's never awful.
I'm a fan of Martin Short, but I'll tell you what, the makeup and the outfits and stuff in this movie was,
yeah,
it really put me off. Like I don't like the. All right, I even leaned over to Josh and I'm
Like
like,
what?
do not
Which-
ever wear shorts like that, please.
doesn't like that 90s
I
look.
hate the 90s guy, like the long shorts that are pulled up to like.
Are you talking about Martin Short?
Yes, like his attire was just like, it was definitely Martin Short, but like it was just, I don't know.
You know, middle class, early 90s.
Yeah.
Khaki shorts.
Middle
and
class. They had like a nice house
Did you
and
hear
she's like a
what-
realtor.
Did you hear what they
and-
were going to do with the money if they sold the boat? Pay off the credit card debt and get out from the second on the house.
Mm-hmm.
That is middle class.
Yes, but that's also being not smart with your money. That could be anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
They seemed like they were a little bit above middle class.
I never
Maybe a little bit
bust
above.
out in laughter the whole movie. I'll tell you that.
I didn't think you would.
Nope.
I'm trying to. There's not certain scenes where I want to like that I can like quote.
Yeah. For this
I'm
being a
not-
family movie.
At this point, I don't know if any of us are going to watch a comedy from 30 years ago and think it's a great comedic movie.
Then why'd
I
you
didn't
choose
say
it?
I didn't say it was great. I said it was.
I just like it.
I
And
thought it was
couldn't
funny.
Why
think
do
of
you like
anything
it?
else. I liked it because I liked it when I was 10, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I like it because I liked it when I was 10, probably.
Of course you would. Tony commented, "I love that look." like the '90s dad look.
Sure.
Tony, you can
would.
pull it off, man.
Yeah. Some facts about the movie. All land vehicles have a busted out headlight, just like Captain Ron's eye.
Yes, I noticed that.
Even
Yeah.
his T-Bird at the beginning?
Yes,
I didn't
yes.
notice.
When it pulls up, it's the front left
Yes.
headlight is out. It's like it's
busted.
gone.
It's
It's
busted.
yeah.
That red car at the end in Cuba.
Yep.
Yeah, it did.
That one
Yes,
did too, yes. The original title of this film was going to be called Martin Harvey Takes a Cruise.
That's a terrible title. Oh.
The casting was originally reversed between Martin Short and Kurt Russell, but
Bull.
according
Really?
to John Dwyer, the screenwriter, they got drunk one night and decided to switch roles.
I'll be
That
damned.
was probably the make and break right
Could
there.
you imagine
Yeah.
if it
No,
was?
no.
I don't think it would work.
Yep.
Nope, I don't think so. So there was a line I was wondering if you laughed out loud about. I don't know if you caught it, but it was at the end when they were in San Juan and they're in the street and they're partying and Ron's eyeball pops out and it's like rolling around. And he's trying to get the little boy and he's like, oh well, forget it. They
Swab,
make
come on, get up. It never did fit anyway.
They make these things custom.
Yeah, they do. But
I thought that was funny.
Kurt Russell could play the Martin Harvey role. That's basically what he did in Breakdown.
Yes.
But I don't think Martin Short could play that Captain Ron role. That would be
maybe not.
I just don't see that.
Yeah, I think
What else?
there's one part I think that you probably laughed out loud is when his car went into the water
That's
right
a
at the
great
beginning,
scene.
and he's like, "Where's my car?"
Borrow my buddy's.
Oh, we gotta go
car.
now.
You know what the hell?
No, mine was like every single time that damn compass kept falling off.
Oh yeah, we got the compass.
At least we have the compass. That's all we need.
The only tool that Christopher Columbus used to find the New World was his trusty compass. And
Boom.
I know
it was
the pirate's boat is called albondiga, which means meatball in Spanish.
So that was what I was wondering. I was gonna ask Patrick about that, like, because he makes albondigas for us.
Yes, he makes Spanish meatballs.
And it's so
there's
yummy.
so when in San Juan when they're coming back to the party and Martin falls down the stairs and he looks up at Captain Ron and he goes, "You cretin." He goes, "Angelina's no cretin, boss. She's Puerto Rican."
He says boss pretty well though.
He does. I like that he calls him boss.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Ron introduced himself as Ron Rico, which is a brand of rum. Didn't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't remember his last name.
Any final thoughts on this movie?
I mean, out of every like 90s movie, like comedy 90s movie that we try to introduce back to now, I feel like this is one of the better ones.
Josh, do you like it better than Death Becomes Her?
I don't know.
Wow.
I really don't know. I think I like Death Becomes Her more.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's mainly because I just was bored the whole time. The music was boring. The writing was boring. It was boring. It was boring. It was an hour and 40 minutes I can't get back.
It was a bit long. I'll say that.
Yeah.
It was a bit long for.
I'm going to give it a
for what
5 for an okay. Oh, by the way, Rotten Tomatoes, it's not even reviewed. You can't even find an actual review of it. Yeah, there's no reviews.
That's odd.
When you Google search it, it says 23%.
That's very odd.
But when you click on the site, there's no actual like 100%.
Like,
there's no
I think
reviews.
is that like the first movie we've pulled up? I think that doesn't have a review from Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes.
Wow.
That's kind of
Even
that's
the
very-
Toxic Avenger. Has,
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking. I was like, even the Toxic. Oh my god, I hate that movie.
Yeah, I was
Quentin,
just thinking
why
about
in the
it.
hell?
We brought it up over the weekend, and
We
we just
did.
started thinking about all the gross stuff. And then Patrick starts mentioning he had a picture of his mom before he even got there.
in the junkyard.
He never saw it. He wasn't. There was COVID time. He never watched.
Oh,
the
you
movie.
didn't watch it. You
Yep.
still. You need to watch it. I
No.
need. Yes, I need to
No,
know
I
your
don't.
opinion. I want to know. I want to put a timer on your phone
Just
when you
like,
push start and when you shut the movie
Is
off.
that the one that Quentin?
Yes.
Yes, I want to know how long it'll take you to shut the movie off.
Not gonna do it.
We need to take a
I
bet,
think.
guys.
I think as a
Dana
PTO
Carvey.
crew, you should.
Yes, I think you
I
should.
mean, you still haven't even watched Sonic.
That's true.
That was part of the PTO movie club. We've watched every movie.
Yep.
I'm
got-
actually like
you gotta be
really,
a part of it.
I'm really like I'm excited to watch the second one. Actually,
Comes out next month.
I was not expecting that to be a good movie.
Yeah.
And
It was
it
great.
was a good
Fantastic.
movie.
Probably one of the
Jim
best
Carrey
video
did
game
an-
adaptations.
Yes, Jim Carrey did an
Aside
amazing
from
job.
Pikachu was great.
The Toxic Avenger. I was on the road.
Yes, you were on the road.
I said COVID. You're right.
Sonic was.
Yep. The owners of
Oh.
Rotten Tomatoes wiped a lot of reviews a while back, if I recall correctly, when a Disney movie was getting reviewed bombed. Well, this was Touchstone Pictures, so I'm gonna guess so. But this is '92, so
Yeah,
would
who
they even
knows?
care about this movie? It's not even like it's not
When
marketed
did
anywhere.
Rotten Tomatoes come on the scene?
Oh God, it had to been the mid 2000s, like
I'd say so.
right around when
Yeah.
when they were bringing out all these movie review sites. Like I was going to movies.
Like that was just kind of like the big thing was like early
Movie
2000s
reviews.
was movie reviews.
Yeah, you were looking up movie reviews and whose review you wanted, like whose review actually mattered.
Yeah.
You know, at
yeah, I
that
remember
point.
that. Yeah,
Alex,
I give it like a. I mean, it's not a great movie. I'd say like a 5.5 or a 6, just
Yeah.
because it kept me watching it.
is it a classic?
I wouldn't say it's a classic. Now, if I watched
It's
it back in the day, I would have been like, "This is a classic."
Yeah, it's a personal classic.
it's probably
but
yes, a
definitely
personal
not a
classic. I don't think it's a
Right.
classic.
Right. I agree. So Alex, what's the movie next week?
Oh boy.
I know what it is.
So I already kind of spoiled it for Patrick because we quote it way too many times, and I can't believe you've not seen it yet, Brett.
Yeah.
And remind me again if you have seen it, I'll pick something else. But Waiting.
I have not.
Oh, God. This is one what we have to watch together.
You say that.
No,
every week.
I don't know
it
if
is.
we're
No,
gonna-
ask any of the guys. They're gonna say Brett needs to
Alex,
be there.
I don't
we
know
need
if we're
to
gonna
have
be able to.
what? Shit. We'll figure it out. It's only like an hour and a half long. It's not very long.
The best way to watch is the unrated version, of
Yes,
course.
yes.
Which we own.
Yes, we have the unrated version.
Yeah. But
No.
either way, you can watch it. Like,
This is definitely another like kind of liar quote the whole movie kind of movie.
Except for Andy Milonakis, can't really quote him.
Besides
Can't
him.
stand him.
Oh, he's in the movie.
He's in the movie, but
Okay, so the people that are in the movie is Ryan Reynolds, Anna Faris, Justin Long, Dane Cook's in it, Chai McBride.
there's actually I feel like almost every actor or actress
Who
that
did
is
you just
in
say?
there.
Chai McBride.
Are you talking about Danny?
No, not Danny.
I don't know
Pull
who
up
that
the
is.
actual cast. Pull up the
You know
because
who-
you have to read the thing anyway.
Okay, the black guy from that was on the squad on Gone in 60 Seconds.
Mirror Man?
The bigger one.
He's like the bigger guy. He's
Oh,
bald.
yeah,
like a big old
yeah.
ghetto Smurf.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
says
yeah,
that
yeah,
when he
I
gets
gotcha.
the finger
I didn't know that was his name though.
CHI
Yeah.
Chai.
Yeah, I think that's how you say his name. I know it's definitely one of our
Yeah, he's
our
the cook.
Yes, he's the cook. He's the therapist.
I'm trying
So,
to find Waiting.
The reason why I personally I watched this movie and I was like so amazed with it is because I've worked in the food industry, and the restaurant that I worked at, that was like my first real job. I was a busser and a hostess at a Mexican food restaurant, and I worked there for a couple years, and I saw the way like how everything works being a busser and a hostess, because you got the back staff and you got the front staff.
Holy
and
crap.
I watched the waiters and the waitresses and the bartenders, and I got asked plenty of times if I wanted a promotion to be a waiter or waitress, and I said hell no every single time. And then this movie came out and I said, you want to know why I don't want to be a waiter or waitress? This is why. And it's like spot for spot on, besides like there's some obvious parts that hopefully are not true in any place that you go, but this is the closest to the food industry that you can get as far as accuracy goes and how people like and hate their jobs. It's hilarious.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Ryan Reynolds, Anna Faris, Justin Long, David Ketchner, Louis Guzman, Chai McBride, John Francis Daly, who else? Andy Milonakis is in it. Dane Cook's in it. It's a really good movie.
Who's the manager? You know the manager.
Yeah, David Ketchner.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure what his actual name
That was Todd Packer.
Yes. He's really funny.
He's the main
He's the
manager.
manager
It's a really good
of
movie.
shenanigans.
Eat it, shenanigans. Enjoy your food. I love it.
Let's do the fan question because it's getting late.
Yes,
Yeah,
let's do the fan
we
question.
got some other stuff to get into as well. After that, we'll get into the fan question first, and then got a couple of other news articles that I got to bring up.
I say this every time, but I'm going to be surprised if Brett doesn't like this movie.
What, Waiting?
Yes.
Yeah,
especially because there is a extremely relatable character to Brett.
Yeah.
I know he's gonna figure out who it is,
Right.
even though it's a girl.
Oh, yeah.
Like if Brett worked as a waiter, this would be Brett.
Right.
Nice meme, Josh.
You're welcome, Alex. So, yeah. When do you or have you passed gas in front of your significant other is our fan question of the week. Brett.
Do you want to say why this is the fan question of the week?
I'm guessing one of you farted on the other.
No.
I guess Alex wants me to
Do you not remember?
clickbait it because she knows how much I love it.
So the reason why we brought this up is because last week there was a famous like Instagram model, so there's a celebrity basically, who has a boyfriend, and she had to go to the hospital.
Oh yeah.
Because she refused to fart in front of him and got basically diagnosed with trapped fart disorder or disease or something.
That's
So she had she did not fart for 2 weeks apparently, and had all that gas built up and had to have something done or whatever.
Yeah.
And she came out and talked about it. So I was like, you didn't fart for 2 weeks?
Right.
Why did she just go into the other room?
Go to the backyard.
Like she thought it was like period cramps or something, and was getting like cramps and like very like bad abdominal pains, and then eventually she went to the ER. She was full of gas.
Right.
Hilarious and stupid at the
Yeah,
same
so I
time.
was like, that's it. We're gonna talk about farting.
Well, I mean, Brett, I remember you talking about a while back. You mentioned Dutch ovens.
Yeah.
And I had never heard of this before. So obviously, you have passed gas in front of your significant other.
I'm sure I have. There. You don't do that until you get to a certain point. Obviously, I don't think I ever did Dutch oven someone I was
No.
with.
So there's
It's
two
definitely a
questions.
thing.
It's when do you or have you?
I'm
Pass.
sure I know that I have, but you don't do it until you're serious.
Right.
Oh, you farted. I guess we're serious.
You know, sometimes
does that cement the relationship?
sometimes it makes or breaks it, right?
Well, it could.
Could.
I will tell you
I mean,
what. If you fart, like this is like kind of like ripping off Philip DeFranco here, but this is exactly what I agree with, and what I was thinking was if you fart in front of your significant other day 1 or day 500 and something, and that guy is disgusted with you and wants to leave you, then leave his ass. Like there is no reason to stick around if you cannot do a bodily function in front of him.
Farts. So
Everybody farts.
If you're
Everybody
dating someone and you
farts.
think they don't do that, get over yourself.
Exactly. Like that is not a proper relationship thing. You need to get the fuck
And
out.
hopefully you get to a point where you both think it's hilarious.
I think that's how Josh and I wanted to say that was kind of like the cemented part of the relationship is like we were so incredibly, because we were teenagers when we got together, so it was a big deal if we farted in front of each other. It's not like an
Absolutely.
adult.
Right.
So I think we've talked about the one time,
Uh-huh.
plenty of times on the podcast, where it was a sentimental moment or an emotional moment where Josh was visiting and we were out in the backyard of this house, and we were in the
remember this.
backyard and we were lighting a picture on fire. I don't even remember what it was. We were lighting a picture on fire and we were putting it in
You were
a trash
just being
can.
over dramatic, is what you were
I was
doing.
being an angsty teenager and I was lighting a picture and I was putting it in a trash can. And back on the porch is cement, right? Cement! Josh is wearing
Really?
tennis shoes.
You're gonna tell this story.
We're talking about it.
I
We're
guess
wearing
so.
tennis shoes.
You're probably gonna reiterate. You probably told the story like
I
3
probably
times
have.
at this
Josh is
point.
wearing tennis shoes, and the wind is blowing this way, opposite, and Josh farts. and I look at him, and he like quickly moves, and he's like, "It was my shoe." He said it was a shoe.
Yeah.
It was very obvious.
Were you serious? Like you really thought she was going to believe that?
How old? We were like 14.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
shoot.
played it off like, okay.
Naive.
But then like 2 years later, he was laying in my lap, and I was really
remember.
nervous, and he had been feeding me sugar since I landed, and I was already really nervous seeing him because it'd been months because we were dating long distance, and I'd gotten off the flight and we were just eating gummy worms and pop.
Mhm.
and
Oh
then,
man, delicious.
yeah, right. And I was not feeling very good because I had too much sugar, and Josh was laying in my lap in the hotel room, and I totally
farted.
like.
You farted.
I farted. And I tried so hard, and it was one of those like it's building and building and building. You can't hold it anymore, so it's like you're really trying to hold it in. And Josh looks up at me and goes, "Babe," and I was like, I just grabbed his head and I was like, "Shh, shh, quiet, shut up," because I didn't want to end it because the rest of his family was in the room too.
Right.
And then I got really nervous and I went and threw up.
Yeah, you did.
Wow.
I remember that.
And
Wasting
then after
worms
that, we
and
started
soda.
talking about having farting contests, and then our relationship became cemented.
It got real quick.
And then it got
fast
real
at that
quick.
point. Yeah, it's like, oh, whatever. Then it's like, hey, at this point, it's like, oh, you got to go poop and go, but just make sure you close the door.
Yeah, we're still not on an open door situation with
personally,
the pooping.
I think it's as soon as you're comfortable and around you, and like you feel like everyone's like your relationship is established. I feel like at our point, it was like the 3-year mark. So, but we were trying to just be mature adults, but we weren't adults yet. We were teenagers. And we're like,
I
"Look,
find it funny that we're more immature about farting now than we were when we
okay.
were 14.
yeah,
Because you think it's like the most horrible thing if somebody hears you fart like in the bathroom or something like at school.
mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, she farted.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
it's where you go to. That's where you're supposed to go. No, I just thought it was a really funny thing to
Got some responses on this. Got one from Discord. A few, actually. One from Arrow that says, "Oh God, that picture, lol." By the way, so yeah, the meme was my innocent head resting on wife's lap and wife's fart attacking me. It was Chris Rock.
Yes, I absolutely love that you took our situation. Except I wasn't your wife at the time. Who would have known you'd be marrying that butthole? So
whoa. And he says, "But I have anyone to fart around. I have yet to fart around anyone outside my mom. So I mean, that's family.
Good luck."
Right. Briggs said, "Hell no, unless it was while I was sleeping." So at that
You can
point,
always
don't have a
blame it on
choice.
the sleep.
Right.
Sorry, I was sleeping. I must have rolled over.
Got one from Crystal that says, "Oh geez, I still try not to in front of Patrick unless it just happens. But we've been married for 14 years. It's gonna happen."
14? They've been married just as long as we have, and they're still trying not to fart in front of each other.
Right.
Crystal, you need to open up. Just Dutch oven him.
Oh my.
Just surprise him one night, eat a bunch of beans, go to bed, and throw the covers over. Cement the relationship, guys.
Right. We have a response on Facebook from cousin Andrew that says, "Anytime, no restriction."
Does that surprise you, Brett?
Well, I won't say anything. I'll tell you guys something off air.
Okay.
Okay. Are you good or am I good?
You can go ahead.
Okay, I've got our friend Justin here. Justin says, "I do literally all the time. My wife does occasionally, but she gets super embarrassed and laughs uncontrollably because of how she deals with embarrassment."
Right.
That's usually the go-to, is you just laugh about it.
Right. You just laugh it off.
The Terrible Terror podcast. Our friend Brian over here says, "I rarely do, but if I do, it's usually when we're in bed."
No.
She's basically the same way, but lets the butt trumpet fly more often than I do.
The butt trumpet.
The butt trumpet. I love it. I love how you say "I rarely do," but the one time you do is when you're most like vulnerable with her, is like in bed when you're right next to each other, and then you let it go. Okay.
Right. Even when it's like going to be an intimate moment, it's like, oh shoot, whoops.
Jersey Comic Crew podcast. They said they answered the "when do you" part of the question, which is probably a couple months in. LOL.
Yeah. Truth.
And I mean, I do have a few more. I just got to get to them here.
You have Snapchat responses.
I do have Snapchat responses too.
Yes.
Okay, Patrick. Let's hear his side of the story.
Paranormal Pat.
Let's hear his side of the
Because we
story.
got Crystal's side. Now we got it.
All right. Patrick says, "All the time." Should be after dating, though. Should hold that back while you're going on dates. But once you're boyfriend and girlfriend, it's on. For me, it was shortly after we started dating. Hey, it happens. And if you're with me, get used to it.
There you go. You heard it here first, folks.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a very good
it was a good topic.
Very good, funny topic here.
Yeah. Lols.
Okay, let's see here. It's gonna take me a minute to go through these. I just have people right now agreeing. Okay, so okay, no, sorry, that's not really a response.
You got a lot of lols.
I got a lot of lols right now. Oh, okay. So I've got somebody. I've got Kat here who says, "I actually just did this to Garrett last week."
Oh, first time.
So I sent her the meme.
Oh, okay. So sitting in the lap even.
Sitting in the lap.
That's funny.
A lot of people are laughing, so I'm just gonna guess that means. Okay, so we've got another one. Lene says, "Yes, I do this all the time."
Okay.
Okay, so we've got that one. Okay, From Ashes to New sent me something and said that's funny. And okay, so that was it. That was actually all the responses. A lot of people just responded with a funny face.
You know, it's mainly just when you get comfortable. Personally, that's what I think.
I agree with Patrick's response. I think, like, as far as when, I think that you should try to be. I don't want to say respectful because, I mean, it's considered
it is
rude,
respectful,
but at the same time, I feel like if you can't make fun of each other in that kind of a sense, like if you're already farting in front of each other before the relationship, you just it's gonna work. You have no problems there.
Right.
That's one less thing for you have to worry about. Like, oh, I have to leave the bedroom Why? Oh, I have to go. I have to go to the bathroom because if you go into the bathroom, bathrooms are usually not like carpeted and stuff, and you can hear
Larger
things
acoustics.
echo. And
Or
so
louder acoustics.
yeah, you go into the bathroom like, oh, I wonder what she's doing in there. You just
Yeah, and then you know.
That's why you
have to go outside, man.
turn on the faucet.
Oh, I don't. That doesn't work, man.
Maybe.
That doesn't work.
I
Turn
got
on the exhaust fan.
right.
Oh, I forgot about that.
So we're gonna bring up one.
Oh, I forgot
big
about that.
thing that's going on right now. Brett, what do you think is going on here?
So she is. Well, I saw the lipstick prank.
So you know this prank.
No, but what I can tell from the picture is she's pushing her lips against a guy's white shirt on his back.
Yes. So this is a TikToker.
This is a TikTok trend
She
right
kissed
now.
guys' shirts with lipstick caked lips. And she did a whole bunch of video takes of it, and it was a trend. It had millions of views. People were praising, some people were bashing. It's a thing that's going on right now where people are having their own opinions.
Random people. She doesn't know these people, and they do not know her, and they don't know what's going on.
Is the intent to get them in trouble with their significant other?
I think it's just to be a prank.
I think
in
it's
general.
just there's lipstick marks on a white shirt.
So what?
Funny,
And
haha.
funny,
Oh, how'd
let's-
you get how'd that get on your shirt? I don't know. I guess that's a joke that they do. I don't know.
I'm
But-
not exactly sure what the reasoning of it is, but
Right.
it is now kind of a viral video that's going around that has very mixed back and forth. Woohoo, that's funny, and the complete opposite of that's fucked up.
Right.
I don't see the humor for one,
Yeah.
and I don't see why. The only time I would say it's fucked up is if you're wearing like but a nice button down white shirt.
Right.
And now I got lipstick on it.
Right.
You know?
Do you know how hard it is to get lipstick out of a shirt?
I don't.
Do you know how hard it is to get makeup
I
out of a
don't.
shirt? It's very difficult. Like, basically, that shirt's ruined.
Yeah, but that from here, that's just a white T-shirt.
Yeah, I know, but and that's not the only person she does it to.
Okay.
Yeah, she did to a bunch of people.
There was
Does
a
she
bunch of people.
Seek out specific white shirts, or is it any?
It looked like a lot of white shirts.
I can't find anything on this now. Like,
Well, they might have.
So
They might have taken
again,
some of it
I
down.
don't see the humor. Like, what is funny about that?
Well, they thought it was funny.
Why?
yeah, by assaulting them, I guess. I don't know.
I know. I took it as a few different
here we
things.
Did
go.
the shirt owner find it funny?
Probably not.
I don't think they found out until probably seeing these videos.
Right.
Because the when she does it, it's on their back,
Right.
and like that's such close quarters that he probably just thinks somebody like walked up and brushed up behind him or something.
Right. Here's another image. of-
Yeah, without playing the actual like video, that's like she kisses this one guy's shirt. Like there's probably like 5 to 10 different lipstick marks on his back, and she just every time she keeps turning around and just laughing at the camera.
Yeah. That's assault, right?
I think you can
I'd
go
I'd
either
call
way.
it vandalism. I wouldn't call it assault.
Vandalism. Okay, I
Yeah.
get that. Yeah. How do you
So-
feel as a single guy? If you were out at the club with friends,
And
girl
she has
did
no
this to your shirt?
intention of getting with
I'd
you.
be pissed off.
Yeah,
Right?
I'd be super pissed. off.
Right. Like we were talking about how some like the stigma,
Now,
the
if-
stigma of pranks is
Now, here I'm gonna give her one up.
Go
one.
ahead.
If this guy was being an absolute dick to her prior to, and she didn't have any kind of balls in her to verbally say
I
anything,
agree.
there you go.
But
Without
this
causing any
appears-
violence.
And I don't know much about this, but it appears to be unsolicited, random
It is.
impalements. You know.
pretty much.
It is.
So that's shitty.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
it's very
do.
shitty.
I agree. Like
I watched
think-
the video and she's laughing her ass off, and Josh and I are literally both on the couch going, like getting mad. because I'm like, I don't even think when I was
Are they
21 or
getting a lot
22.
of views? I assume they
Yes.
are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I seen the comments, and they are very 50-50.
I mean, they're getting articles, news articles. You saw me looking it
So
up. They're
right
getting
now with
stuff
like
written about them,
COVID,
so.
quote unquote, calming down, but it's still a
This
thing.
would be considered a
This is like, I mean,
bad
if
thing,
somebody
right?
spit on you or coughed on you, people were like, "That's assault. I could die from COVID."
that's
Dude,
assault,
this is
brother.
like considered kind of
you
assault.
can be arrested for spitting on somebody, COVID or not.
Exactly. So where does this come into
Yeah.
play?
Saliva's in play there.
I mean,
you
I
know?
feel like she should be getting
bodily
in trouble.
fluids were
Were
spread.
shed. Yes.
Yeah. So
I saw a video. It was some some YouTuber was doing Karen's getting karma, and some woman was arrested for spitting on somebody.
My God.
I mean, I've never.
I can't watch those because they stress me out.
I have.
I don't want to see people like that. I don't want to see
those.
people at their worst.
No,
it's hard for me to be okay with that.
Even at my worst, the last thing I think of doing is spitting on somebody.
Right. Now you're seeing videos of people doing that.
And
it's
I'm like,
what the hell?
like, why the hell? Like, I would more than likely throw my drink on somebody or smack somebody. Like, I would be more like that. To spit on somebody, like, that's fucking low, man.
That's juvenile. Like,
yeah,
worse than juvenile.
Yeah.
Babies do that.
Yes, yeah, like that's what I would think would be like a 10-year-old would do.
Toddlers even.
I don't know. When I see grown women and men spitting on each other, I'm just like,
it's gross.
Not the ultimate, but a very distinct FU.
It's like pooping on somebody, or peeing on somebody.
Just a disrespect. Like
my
intention is to disrespect you in the most vile way.
In Dune, when he spits, they're like, "Thank you for your bodily fluids."
Thank you for your bodily fluids.
Then you realize
it was a
right, but you realize how
important
that was because they talk about your bodily fluids being valuable.
Well, because it's because of dehydration.
Right, exactly.
Like
so it's like it's not the same situation. You're not allowed to do that in the desert.
No.
So, but when you literally say, "I spit on this" or "I spit on your grave," or those kinds of things, that is the ultimate disrespect.
Yeah.
So this is a form of that. I mean, kissing and love letters of that nature. Yeah, that's terms of endearment.
Yeah.
But this is not an endearing thing.
I take this on the edge of spitting on somebody.
Correct.
Because that is what you're doing. Yeah, you're putting lipstick
First
on
of all, okay,
you're disrespecting somebody.
You for him, you for her, though. She's putting her lips
I know,
on
I was also
sweaty
thinking,
backs.
sweaty backs. Like, who freaking, like, that's just disgusting.
You remember going to the club, you'd be like, putting your arms around some friends, and you'd be like, "Oh, you're a little wet."
No, when I'm at the club, I usually keep a bubble. Because I hate it when people, like, go up behind me or rub or they have to pass by me. I'm like, oh, that person's so sweaty. Like, everybody is sweating. Everyone. If you look at that picture, she is drenched in sweat because it's body to body in a bar. And now you're putting your lips on someone's back, and you don't even know who they
you want some
are.
Pepsi?
Yes. Oh, my God. That's so gross, man. Ew for you. Who wants to ever make out with you?
Ew for you. I love it. I have other things to talk about. We can just put them on next week's.
I do have an update from Will Smith on his Facebook 49 minutes ago.
Let's hear about it.
So Josh, you're a much better reader, but this is kind of an apology. If you wanted to just go ahead and
verbatim, Will Smith on his Facebook, and he's verified, so this is really him. "Violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and inexcusable. Jokes at my expense are a part of the job, but a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear, and I reacted emotionally. I would like to publicly apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed by my actions, and they were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of loving kindness. I would also like to apologize to the Academy, the producers of the show, all the attendees, and everyone watching around the world. I would like to apologize to the Williams family and my King Richard family. I deeply regret that my behavior has stained what has been an otherwise gorgeous journey for all of us. I am a work in progress. Sincerely, Will."
What are the odds that his publicist wrote that?
I don't know. It's hard.
I don't know because
I don't doubt that he believes that. I just don't think he wrote it.
He might have had him saying what.
Will is pretty active on his Facebook.
He gave them guidelines on what he wanted to say.
Well, what if it was Dwayne Johnson?
They all do it.
But what if it was Dwayne though? He doesn't need a publicist. He's his own publicist at this point.
Maybe, but I bet they all have someone who at least advises them on how to put it in.
Screens it.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has a social media manager.
Except Donald Trump.
Maybe not. Right. Correct. True. Yes. Anyways, so moving on from there, I think we need to plug it in.
Yep.
Get the plugs in, Alex.
Yeah, so if you'd like to watch me game, I'm on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. I just celebrated this last weekend my 4-year Twitch anniversary. It was lots of fun, so thank you for everybody who joined in.
Yeah. You play in a lot of Destiny.
Lots of Destiny right now. Having fun with it.
Is there anything else you've been setting your sights on to play?
No.
There isn't really a whole lot.
I've wanted to go back to Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Just to get
Like
the
Warzone?
rest of our no, or not necessarily Warzone, but just just regular team deathmatch.
Mhm.
Just because I
You wanna
miss
go back
it.
to it? They did add a new map, WMD from Black
Oh
Ops.
yeah, Black Ops 2.
Yeah, they brought a map into Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War a year and a half after it was out.
Yeah.
Call of Duty does not do that normally.
No.
So
No, I mean I kind of want to go back because I want to be able to have our whole squad involved. Because with Destiny we can only have 3 to 6 players.
Right.
So and our squad has 7, 8, 9 sometimes. So it's it's hard to get everybody to play games all together.
yeah,
So I kind of want to get everybody involved again because I miss having everybody play at the same time.
right, yeah.
So, but at the same time, I'm really I woke up today and I'm like, I want to play Destiny. And then all day today, I took a nap and I woke up and I'm like, oh, I've got an hour to the podcast. Maybe I could do some strikes real quick.
You want to do something tonight?
I was thinking
You wanna play
about
some
it.
tonight? I mean, why not?
It's such a. Brett's probably rolling his eyes like, oh damn, here we go again.
As far as my stream goes, you want to follow me on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MISTERL. You can find me on Wednesday and Thursday evening, and Saturday morning is my average stream schedule. Might be some changes coming up soon. I don't know as far as job situation goes, because there is stuff going on there where
There's probably going to be just the month of April. I feel
might
like
be
is
weird.
going to be a rocky month for
everything.
just guessing, podcasting and streaming.
Maybe
in
not
general.
podcasting.
Well, for one, we're talking about if and when this job thing happens.
We don't know what
to expect.
Right.
And the fact that I'm going to be working 50 plus hours a week.
Right. You're adding some time on.
Yes, I am.
Yep.
And then we're also going to be out of town at the end of April.
Correct.
So
yeah, I'll be streaming on there, probably playing some Destiny. You can find me maybe playing some Warzone on Saturdays. Last Saturday I played some Warzone with Patrick and Brian and Brig. Brig was
Oh yeah, we talked about that on the podcast. Remember we showed the video of Brig chasing the.
Well, that was the week before. That was
okay. Or he was chasing.
We just did some regular Warzone this week. Nothing really big came of it. Played some new of the Rebirth Island, which they refreshed Alcatraz.
Oh really?
So yeah, they got rid of a lot of buildings, brought some new stuff in. It was intense. We got mad. We've been getting 6th place as our average for most of our drops. So. Yeah,
good,
it's not like
good,
we're not getting top 10s, but we still did some of that and played some Caldera and stuff. It was fun. I like playing Warzone, so it's a lot of fun.
What was the thing you were supposed to mention? That you were walking up the stairs. I thought I wrote it down, or I texted you. You texted yourself or something. Remember you said you were going to mention it on the podcast, and I said something about, well, I like my smile. Well, I don't like my smile, and you were
we were talking about a TikTok trend.
Yes, you said we were going to mention it on the podcast.
It was a TikTok trend that we were going to do. We were going to do a video, and you said, oh, I don't like my face right now. And I said, oh, well, it's getting old. And you said, what is that supposed to mean?
He meant to say the TikTok trend was getting old, and he was walking up the stairs because he was like, well, you should do it right now. And I was like, I'm not going to do a TikTok right now. I don't have any makeup on. I don't like the way my face looks. And he walked up the stairs, and literally after I said, I don't like how my face looks, he goes, well, it's getting old, so you better do it quickly. And I was like, what? He pulled he pulled a husband.
You're so sensitive about the old word, Alex. Old word.
Old.
Yes.
Yeah, the old word. Yeah.
You're getting there. Because everybody does.
Absolutely.
You can't stop it. Don't give me any look. Everybody's getting old. I'm getting old. Brett's getting old. Jake's getting old.
Just accept it.
Alex, Pixel's getting
When
old.
I get into my 60s, then you can tell me I'm starting to get old.
That's
okay.
why
Does everything function as it normally did when you were a kid?
I don't.
No.
Then you're getting old.
Listen, I don't really. I use the word older.
There you go.
Okay.
No, because you get bent out of shape when I say older.
Older is better than old.
No.
Old is like present tense.
Okay. So you're getting older. Does that feel better?
Not really.
Your youth is dwindling?
I I did. Okay.
How about that one?
No, I did get. This really did happen last weekend. And I didn't say it on the podcast, but to kind of rekindle myself here.
Go ahead.
I was out with my godfather, who is leaving the Fort Wayne and moving. So I was going to his goodbye party.
Yeah.
And his daughter, who is 15, was there. And we had never really met before. And she was there, and she said, "Oh, you're Alex." I said, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh, you're his goddaughter." I said, "Yeah." It's like, "Oh, wait, I thought you were 19." And aren't you 19? And I looked at her and I laughed so loud. I was like, "No, try again." And because I had a drink, I was taking a drink out of my mom's drink, and she was like, "I 21?" And I was like, "Oh, honey, thank you so much." And she's like, "Well, I guess she did the math in her head with him being my godfather and stuff." And she's like, and my mom looked at her and she's like, "She just turned 33 this year." And her eyes got big. She's like, "No way." And I'm like, "I love you so much." I'm like, "And how old are you again?" 15? Because usually it's the younger people that say that you look older than you really are.
Right.
And it's the older people that say you look younger than you really are. And I got told that I looked like I was 19.
I got at my former job, when I was at the traveling job, I had a kid in his early 20s thought I was 25.
Whoa.
I think that you look like you guys both look like you're in your 20s.
No.
Tony said,
"Tell me this face right here." Look.
Okay, you tend to. Josh leans all the way over to the whole white and gray in the beard. That happened when you were 14.
I'm bald.
That happened when you were 18.
That's not. That's not.
That's not an age thing. Everybody.
Man.
Everybody
it's real
thinks.
nice taking this off.
Everybody thinks that balding and gray and white is an age thing, and it's not.
I think scientifically, the majority is an age thing.
It isn't, because it is.
I found my first white strand of hair.
At
the end of 2020.
Okay. Probably wasn't.
Yeah.
And I think the only
After
no,
your
it
30.
was. I have a picture of it. I
I'm
pulled it
sure
out of my
you-
hair
you
and I
might
put it
have-
on a black
You
piece
could probably
of
have one
paper.
in your back that you might not know.
Oh, I probably do.
Yeah, so.
We're talking about the majority of people here.
But it's
Right.
also genetics. So that is in your bloodstream. Your
Right.
mom's side of the family.
Yeah.
I guess and your dad. I've never seen your dad other than with any color hair except white.
Oh, he was dyeing his hair in his 30s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it runs in your family to go gray or go white early. That doesn't mean that you're getting old. You're not it doesn't make you look like you're in your 60s. I think it's hot. Personal opinion, if you start turning gray a little early. That's just me. That it's manly highlights to me. I don't know why people want to Josh I want to dye my beard. I don't know.
Well, I can't see it.
Tony commented aging gracefully. Well,
Yes.
not everybody ages. Not everybody ages gracefully. So
No,
it's a little
says
hole
the
in
guy
there.
who broke his knee.
What did he do? What did he say he did?
He just rolled, didn't he? Or something?
he fell. Tony,
No, he
what'd you
fell
do?
on it.
He fell on his knee or
Well,
something?
yeah, he broke his fall.
His knee broke his fall.
Pretty much.
In his 30s.
Yeah.
Final note.
I haven't finished the plugs.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, hold on.
Hold on.
The podcast.
Let's do this.
Subscribe to the YouTube. Hit the bell to be notified when we're live. And then also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. He said he was stretching. That's why he broke his knee.
He was stretching.
Follow our social media. And
walked
follow our
in.
Discord.
He walked in and played beer pong with us.
Yeah.
And he walked in with a cane.
Yeah. I was
We
like,
said, what the hell did you do?
I was like, really?
Final note.
Final note.
Have y'all seen anything about the new Lego Skywalker Saga game?
Yeah, I hear it's great.
That it is the biggest Lego game.
Biggest Star Wars game almost too.
It's just big. This concept they've never done in a Lego game so far. It looks really interesting.
Action.
Yeah.
You're actually in the game.
And there's it's got a third person flying element to it. You can visit tons of different planets.
You can go
Looks very
episodic
cool.
wherever you want to go.
Now you tried to talk about or say something was you talked about Crazy Taxi being whatever word you used. Those are what the Lego games are for me.
Nostalgia?
No,
Nostalgic?
just less, just something to sit back.
Sit back and casually play.
like a casual play.
That's a
yeah.
Lego game.
But
if I'm looking for something low stress,
This Star Wars one that's coming out is going to have full movie dialogue too, isn't it?
I wouldn't be surprised because
You can go between the gibber,
all the movies.
The what?
the gibberish.
The gibber.
I was going to say gibberish, but he was talking.
They're just throwing anything Star Wars at it, and it looks.
It looks like
big.
like the final Star Wars game until like they come out with
There's another movie.
big thing. I don't know.
It's even been delayed once or twice, I think. So
yeah, Alex's brother's been like talking up this game, and he's
Oh,
like,
the
"Man, it's coming out in 4 weeks. Coming out in 4 weeks. Can't wait to play it."
Oh yeah, and
It
then
gets delayed.
You just today, Josh ruined
Or
his
yesterday.
hopes
It was
and
yesterday.
dreams.
It got
don't
delayed.
get excited for anything that's not out yet.
Right. I have a quick final note before we go. April Fool's Day is on Friday, so get your skeptic hats out. Here we go. We're gonna get some
Just don't watch the news.
good things, bad things,
Just
stupid
stay
things.
off the internet
Or the internet
on
could be
the
good
first.
because
I don't know. That's how we found out about Rick and Morty that
Rick
one
and
year.
Morty. Oh, you know what? I bet you that's when McDonald's is gonna do their Szechuan.
Their Szechuan.
It's coming back.
I can never say it.
Szechuan.
Szechuan sauce.
Szechuan.
Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, Szechuan sauce. I believe they're gonna bring it back. Maybe
They
I
are
don't know.
going to bring it back.
Well, maybe it's gonna be that.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be. So, excuse me. Wow, the Pepsi just came out.
Speaking of gas.
Yeah, we gotta go. Thank you guys very much for joining. We'll catch you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.